What's going on, everyone? Welcome into another Forward Progress Live watch along presented by FanDuel. I'm Rob Pizzola. I'm here with you for the rest of the night. Jacob the Giant producing in the background. We got some great guests tonight. Jeff Fineberg, Ian McMillan, Drew Dinsik, the whale capper. Obviously, epic football game that just finished right now. I'm going to talk a ton about Broncos Bills tonight, because there's going to be a lot of discourse about this overtime and all the calls that happened at the end. I have no horse in this game, no skin in the game. Didn't bet Denver, didn't bet Buffalo, really not rooting for anything. I actually don't think that there was much wrong at the end there. I don't. Everyone's feel free to disagree. We'll talk it through. Before we do, obviously, let's just get the bets in, because I don't know exactly when we're going to start Seattle San Fran here, but I do want to give you guys enough time to make sure that you're able to tail if you want to tail. We'll start on the Seattle side of things. Sam Darnold's oblique injury throws everything into, a little bit of orbit, so to speak. We don't know what's going to happen. Oblique injuries generally across sports, not good. It's a core muscle, it's pretty much required when you throw. I have no idea how that's going to affect him. It was already one prop on the Seattle side that I liked. And I think with the possibility of Darnold being limited in this game, I like it a little bit more right now. So I'm going to take Zach Charbonnet over on receptions. Just looking at the current market right now on Charbo, looks like we're going to officially grade 1.5 minus 130 at FanDuel, but there are other numbers out there. There's minus 109. There's minus 120. Charbonnet's probably going to get more reps than Kenneth Walker as a whole. Not super offset, but something like 55, 60% go to Charbonnet. But this is more about Darnold just getting some easy throws in this game. And Kenneth Walker, priced super high. It's kind of adjusted to that. I think Charbonnet's still a little bit low. So we'll officially track this at the FanDuel price, which looks like actually minus 126 in real time right now. But shop around. I think that one's good, honestly, to something like minus 145 if you really wanted to push it. Zach Charbonnet over. On the other side of things, San Francisco, if you watched the pizza buffet this morning, you know that I like Christian McCaffrey over on his rushing yards. Hasn't moved a ton. We're still at 55.5 at FanDuel. Best price I've seen markets 54.5. So nothing crazy. Here's the thing with Christian McCaffrey, right? It's just a matter of playing the number. This week, more than any, in the playoffs so far, if there's been any sort of service releases or like some syndicate plays a specific prop, they are moving like crazy. Crazy amount of movement on some of these. And sometimes you got to buy back. In this case, I mean, I check what these guys are priced at every single week. Christian McCaffrey is almost always priced in the mid-60s. They played in week 18 without Trent Williams at tackle, and he was priced at 62.5. I project Christian McCaffrey for around 18 carries tonight. I think that's a good buy on his over. Super square, take the star running back on an over. I don't care. Also, really square, but I'm going Jawan Jennings over on receiving yards. 38.5. Very similar type of handicap, right? I get it's the Seahawks defense, but also remember what the spread is in this game. With the Seahawks a touchdown favorite, there's lots of instances here where San Fran is in a trailing game state, but Ricky Pearsall being active is not really going to hurt Jawan Jennings snaps. First of all, we don't even know how limited Pearsall is, right? We have no idea. But it's not Jennings that gets hurt. Jennings still going to play 80% plus of snaps. Typically, he's lined in like the mid 40s pretty regularly. I'm there. 3 overs, super square. That's fine. I'll deal with it. Charbo over receptions. McCaffrey over rush yards, Jennings over receiving yards. We'll look to add some stuff in-game if we can. Anytime touchdown scores, I'm on Brock Purdy. Good price at FanDuel. I'll just double check that the 6-1 is still there. It sure is. Best price in market, Brock Purdy 6-1. I make him just below 5-1. That's one that I really like tonight. If we're going to take a long shot in the game, you're going to have to get 20-1 or higher, and it's pretty close to break even. But I like Luke Farrell for a long shot. 20-1 or higher. Luke Farrell. Probably will only get, let's say, 30 to 40% of snaps today. But at that price range and the likelihood that maybe they have multiple tight end stuff going on in the red zone, I think Luke Farrell is worth a look. On the Seahawks side, it's really hard to find value because there's no surprises happening. You know, they're fully healthy on offense. You're not going to get any like weird snap count stuff, in my opinion. They're very consistent with how they play, which is JSN and Cooper Kupp get like all the snaps. Rashid Shaheed plays 40 to 50%. There's not a lot of deviation in their snap counts. So for that reason, I don't think there's a great anytime touchdown score to play on the Seattle Seahawks. JSN is actually borderline with where he's priced right now, which is in the plus 100 range. Very borderline, but don't need to force that at all. Really quickly, from an SGP perspective, I'm going to build one around Seattle winning by margin, but Darnold being somewhat limited in the game. So there's one that I really like. It'll pay in the 35-1 range. And when I say I really like, you know, we're talking lunch money, but we're going to get started here right now. You can play it in-game as well. Let's see what the prices are. But we're looking alternate spreads for Seattle. Both running backs over on rushing yards. And we are going to go one additional leg as well here. I made it a 4-legger last second. Brock Purdy, 275 plus. Apologies for the lateness on this, but did my best to get as much as we could before kickoff here, as the Seahawks are going to get the ball first. And the Seahawks are going to score on the opening kickoff of the game. Rashid Shaheed, there's a flag down. Crazy start. Crazy start. All right. Reminder for today as well. Let's just see what this flag is before I go nuts. It's got to be, there was a tripping attempt on San Fran. Is that what's going to be the flag here? Because that's a horrendous start. And it's going to change all the props as well for this game, with Seattle scoring first. But it looks like it's going to count. Crazy. What a start. All right. Again, before we get into it here, we'll wait for them to sort this out. Just reminder, FanDuel's our sponsor here. And of course, during the playoffs, they're giving up a profit boost pack for every single game day. So tomorrow as well, in addition to today, there's a profit boost pack that's available to everyone. So you can find a pack that's loaded with multiple profit boosts that's waiting in the app. Use those, guys. Like it's a big advantage to have those in the account. Take your shot on whatever you want, but using those profit boosts gets a lot of those plays to be plus EV. So visit FanDuel.com/forward progress. Grab your profit boost pack every NFL playoff game day, guys. All right. Yeah, they called Pinheiro for tripping there. So just game script wise, in the early going, I have no idea what Seattle had scripted. They'll still use those plays afterwards. So I don't want to say, you know, just upgrade rushing yards for any of the running backs or anything like that. For San Fran, it's the same thing. We kind of just have to wait to see it play out. But an early score is going to give us at least a little bit more opportunity in the early going here. Yeah. All right, guys. I will try to get stuff in as much as I could. That's fine. That's on me for not getting the SGP out beforehand. Just so you know, I have played it out. It was Seahawks alternate spread, which was minus 13.5. I played Zach Charbonnet over on his rushing yards, Kenneth Walker over on his rushing yards, just the standard. So a game where the Seahawks win comfortably, both running backs do well on the ground. And I put Brock Purdy 275 plus alternate line in there as well. If anything, looking a little bit better now, you're going to have to pay a premium on Seattle minus 13.5. So if we build something out that's a little different than this, based off of game script, I definitely would still be looking at Brock Purdy alts at this point, especially if San Fran doesn't score on this first drive here. You know, it's funny. It's one of the first times too FanDuel actually, I don't want to say it's one of the first times, but they elevated it to the homepage as well today. So I know that there was a lot of people who ended up tailing it. But that's that. And then, of course, you know, post kickoff, why not just have the other team start at the 40 with a kicking penalty? I don't know what's going on in special teams to start this game, but it's been a complete disaster for these guys. Complete disaster. All right. See the 49ers drive here, and then I definitely do want to give some thoughts on Bills Broncos. Oh. NFL playoffs this year, man, have been really good to us so far. Even the Steelers Texans, which ended up being a blowout, was pretty close for 3 quarters of that game. I don't think we've had a complete dud yet. Oh boy. This has to be an incomplete pass. I was going to give a time clock update, and then they just snapped the ball immediately as well. That's got to be incomplete. Man, that was close. That was close. All right. There's no play clock on the there we go, play clock. 22, 21, 20, 19, and we got a snap. San Fran coming out passing. I'll do one more play clock update as soon as I see it. They're going to intro the San Fran offense here as well. Okay, play clock at 10, 9, 8. Jake Tonjes. Tonjes was also a borderline touchdown play today, I would say. FanDuel had a good price there. I think right before kickoff. All right. This is the live betting feed, guys. I'm sorry. I got to be as close to real time as possible. Okay, you know what? Listen, for the 49ers going down early there, horrible start. This is, you know, they're getting back in the groove. God, I love football, man. Football's so good. Imagine not loving football. Oh, Brian Robinson getting an early carry. Brian Robinson, friend of the program. I say that because we made a lot of money off of him this year, not because I actually know him in any way. I'm not going to pretend like I'm a true friend of Brian Robinson Jr. If you could in the early go in here and you haven't already, it's 1,400 of you watching across all platforms. If you're on Twitter, retweet would be beautiful. Smash that like if you're on YouTube as well. Big 3rd and 1. Is it going to be the very obvious handoff up the middle? It was the very obvious handoff up the middle for nothing. For nothing. Where's the Panthers hat? I still got it here. I'm never going to put this on. I don't want to sully this in any way. That's just like, it's beauty right there. Division champions. Lovely. It's going in the studio for sure. All right. Shanahan going, which I mean, he kind of has to. This is pretty long kick for, was it Pinheiro? Oh, there was a timeout before the snap. Oh, Shanahan's pissed. Thinks they got the snap off before it started. Jennings was open like really early in that play. I don't know. It seemed like that could have not been a timeout there. Bills, Broncos, overtime. The Brandon Cooks catch is what everyone's going to talk about. Me and Jacob were watching it backstage when it was happening in real time. There's one view that they show where they hit the ground together and the ball kind of bounces up off Cooks. You can argue that maybe it was called incorrect. I think whatever was called on the field was going to stay no matter what. That's what I feel strongly about there. But there's no way they could ever overturn that, having that view. He unfortunately, when it hits his hands and he's on the ground, does not mean that he's now controlled it. And there's a point where the ball is off his body. Just my 2 cents. It sucks for Bills fans. That should be a catch in like modern, I don't know. The real problem is none of us know what a friggin' catch is. That's what the real problem is. Wow. Gotta say, I'm not a huge fan of that call. Shanahan's furious right now. But running a option play with Kyle Juszczyk, or as Jason would say, Juicic, whatever he says, no good. Just too slow against these linebackers, man. Way too slow against those linebackers. Yeah, I think the real problem, the NFL has changed the rules for catches so many times over the years. And the broadcasters don't even know. And now you add in the fact that every single person who watches the NFL is conditioned to think that the ref analyst that's in the booth is always going to agree with the plays on the field because it feels that way. And now you start to question everything and no one knows what is or isn't a catch anymore. And that's a huge problem. It'll be a huge discourse tomorrow on Monday. Bills fans will feel like they got jobbed. There was a questionable DPI. The last one of the game on Trey White, I don't know how you would not call that DPI. It's a good, Bo Nix underthrew the ball by like 10 yards there. And it hung up forever. It was an arm punt, basically. But White hit him long before the ball came. I know it's a high leverage spot, but what are you going to do? It's tough. Whenever everything seemingly goes against one team, everyone thinks it's like some sort of conspiracy. What conspiracy? Why would if anything, the league would want Josh Allen in the AFC Championship game and not Bo Nix? You know? I don't know. Were there missed calls? For sure. But the biggest high leverage ones, I think we're fine. Honestly. And this is someone, no cat in the game. There was no cat in the game. I don't know. So it happens with a couple beers in the early game will do to you. No skin in the game on that one. All right, so that's another thing too, right? Good point by Taking Shots Sports Podcast, right? Again, I don't know I'm not going to say what the rule should or shouldn't be. I feel like that play, if that happens on the schoolyard, it just feels like it should be a catch for the receiver, right? We have all these angles where we slow it down a ton. At the end of the day, Denver's DB came away with it in real time as well. is tough. On the pass interference, right? You got a Joey Bosa roughing on the same play. You can say that both were questionable, but they were both enough that they could be called. Ticky-tack, for sure. But enough that it could have been called. Darnold, let's see what he looks like on his first pass attempt. But no surprise they came out running to start with Kenny Walker. Conspiracy talk. I was seeing tweets today that Schefter was paid off to send that tweet about Darnold today to shift money on the game. Well, listen, you know what? Schefter's definitely paid off on other tweets, so I can see why people would put some credence to that as well. I mean, the agents, he's in every agent's pocket in some capacity with some of these tweets. That's the state of reporting nowadays. It's not reporting anymore. What are you going to do? If you're the Bills, you can't turn the ball over that many times. Even if you're going to argue that the last one that you turned it over 4 times before that, like you just sloppy game. They'll look back on it, and of course the final drive matters a lot because it's high leverage, but they made a lot of mistakes. If McDermott could have it back, he probably doesn't want to run plays at the end of the first half. Josh Allen's got to protect the ball in that play. That's swing that changed the entire game right there. So, James Cook fumbling on the other side of the field. These are the plays that really cost them. I mean, Allen had some wide open options that he missed as well. Looked easy for the Seattle front on that outside run there with Charbonnet. Looked pretty easy. But at this point, yeah, listen, Deuce a dog. He had Dawson Knox wide open there right at the end of the game. I don't know if he's going to get in for a TD. It would have been really close, but he sailed it on him. And ultimately, a great quarterback's got to make that throw. I love Josh Allen. He's a great player, but ultimately, there's just little plays that are adding up over the course of his career, just not being able to get it done just yet. If it were me, McDermott would be gone in the offseason. That's where I would start. You got to do something different at some point. Because you don't know what the real problem is. Could be roster construction. It could just be the coach. I think the coach has showed you enough now over the course of many years where you're like, lots of questionable decisions in the playoffs. Ciao. See you later. But this was the opportunity they had in the AFC this year. And, they can blame the refs all they want, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's not a very good game for them today. And Sean Payton coming out of the half, like, my God. I don't know what it is with some of these guys. Payton especially is like more of an aggressive guy. That punt was a disgrace. You're in Denver. It's mile high. Like to kick a 58-yard field goal, if your kicker doesn't have the legs for that or you're scared of that, like punt is the absolute worst decision you can make there. Tried to give that game away. AJ Barner, little tush push there. I'd like to see, just going to check FanDuel quickly to see if they still have a Super Bowl market up in game here. I'm not sure that they do. I've checked a few times before. Yep, Super Bowl market. Because I wanted to see what New England was at. 6-1 doesn't seem quite enough considering they still need to win tomorrow. A few more comments I'll get to in a second here. Just want to watch this first down play. Okay. What do you think of Peyton only rushing his running backs for only 10 rushes going into OT? A friggin' joke is what that is. The first play of the game, they ran a nice play action. I'm like, this is good. You run some play action early, use the pass to set up the run. I mean, they at the floor. The floor for the Broncos, if they just hand off to their running back, let's say 20 times between McLaughlin and Harvey, it's probably 4 yards per carry. The floor could be better than that. Insane to me that you want to let, like, I know I'm a Bo Nix hater, right? But you can't scheme this stuff up for him forever. You know, he made the throws in the first half, but look at that first quarter, man. There's guys open all over the field. There's one really, really good throw into coverage. Can't remember who made the catch. I think it was Pat Bryant on like the second play of the game before he got concussed. Amazing throw by Nix. He put in the only spot that he could catch it. But aside from that, again, too many misses. At some point, Buffalo's giving you, they're just giving you the yards. So you got to take it. Got to take it. 2nd and 10 here. Okay. Darnold on the rollout there there was good zip on that ball so far, I will say. Doesn't mean it's going to last for the whole game, but there was some good zip on that one. I think Sumer's doing live snaps for this weekend, so I'll double check that quickly. Oh, that's bad. Yeah, so guys, I talked about the pick, but the second it's ruled an interception on the field, that one was never going to get overturned. And honestly, I think it was an interception. If I'm making a judgment call on all of the views that we've had, the ball bounces off of Cooks. So I don't think that. I mean, definitely don't think you can overturn that. But that was a huge stop for the 49ers there. Huge. That I don't want to say that it was game over there, but it felt like that was going to be, a real disaster in the early going. Let me just see the passing stuff. I want to get the snaps on Ricky Pearsall really quickly. Well, we'll see if he's on the field for the next game, next snap. Well, I mean, so Vicara, I'm not biased in that game, and I thought interception, right? That's another problem nowadays with the discourse, right? Everyone views it from the light of which side they bet on. It's close enough that I know that if I had a lot of money on the Bills, maybe my opinion would be a little bit different in that moment. The personal biases take in. That's only natural. It happens. But anyways, it kind of sucks when they end like that because I mean, it still contributes to the game as a whole. I know Jacob never agreed with me on this, but every now and then when you get those controversial endings or you get sometimes some fuck ups from the refs, I think it kind of adds oddly to the viewing experience because it creates this discourse around it. But yeah. Pizza Man clearly in denial about his Bills derangement syndrome. I don't know what that means. Doesn't mean that I'm not pro or anti Bills, to be honest with you. If anything, I was probably pro Bills today. My dream AFC championship game would have been Drake May, Josh Allen. I found myself rooting for the Bills a lot during this game. Welfare check on Sammy P. We'll see. He's going to be on tomorrow night, hopefully, with G-Stack George. I also know a bettor. I won't reveal the name. Maybe they'll tell the story on their own. He was looking to fire $5K on Bills Live tonight. and actually fired 50K. So that guy is he's in orbit right now. Maybe on another planet entirely. That's a true story. He's already sent me the ticket. It's a real ticket. And maybe we'll share that one day or another when betting goes wrong. Wait a minute here. Ian Thornley. If this is the real Ian Thornley, I would like to know. I need to know one way or another. Nobody would, I'm no disrespect to Ian Thornley, but he's not a household name. But I know who Ian Thornley is. And one of my favorite musicians. And I don't know anyone who would just put that as their name. That's a very weird thing to do. Like Big Wreck was an underground band for the most part. They achieved some commercial success, I would say. Now I need to know. Poor Jeff lost 50. Oh, it's not. Okay. There we go. There we go. Just keep feeding McCaffrey. We need those McCaffrey carries. Need those McCaffrey carries. Man, the bots are out in full force tonight. The bots are out. I don't know if I said the guess off the top. Second quarter, Drew Dinsik, whale capper, joining me. Second quarter. Third quarter, Jeff Fineberg in his usual spot. Ian McMillan going to join me for the fourth quarter. I don't think he could do anything else because he cut up his legs so badly from where I don't even know. Wow. 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 You know what? By the third quarter in this game, you guys might be watching me play Hearts online on Board Game Arena or something. Little Azul. That was a great strip. I mean, like fighting for the one extra yard every now and then. Oh, man. Ernest Jones, great strip. Okay. I mean, Purdy is, the McCaffrey stuff is probably going to be cooked at this point. But Purdy, pass yards, let's see what he's at. Because 241.5 minus 114. What did he close at? I'm just going to check really quick. Sorry, I talk to myself often as closed 225.5, 227.5 at FanDuel. I mean, no, Darnold unders. That's so low at 179.5, man. Ooh. Dream Super Bowl guest lineup. Fez first quarter, Seablez second quarter, Sean Perry third quarter, and finish strong with GRP. Whose dream is that? It ain't my dream. I'll tell you that. Okay, there's a lot of commentary in the chat tonight. I'm trying to keep it up. Okay, I was just about to say lights out. I see you said Niners 15.5. Man, when they get into this state where they're going to have to throw if the Seahawks score a touchdown on this drive, man, that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. I feel like the thing I'm going to regret the most in a while here is not betting Darnold under 174.5 right now. But I don't like anything right now.
Can I jump in and ask, what are the chances Drew Lock plays today? Like Seattle score this drive. Second half, they're up by a lot.
No, this would have to be completely out of reach in the fourth quarter. It's the play, or Darnold just gets injured in the game as well, which is a realm of possibility.
Assuming he doesn't come out for injury, what are the chances Locke just comes in to hand the game off?
I think low.
Okay.
Although Darnold's about to eat a huge hit here, and he did. Oh man, and you could tell he's kind of slow to get up there. Upgrade Drew Lock. Upgrade Drew Lock. But the funny thing is, like, Darnold takes a big hit like that, and his pass yards are going to go up because now it keeps the game closer. But, like, that was a really well-timed blitz from the outside there. I'll give Saleh credit, man, especially the last few weeks. He's timed those really well. Like, he almost knows what it's going to be. Oh, Darnold is perfectly fine. There's zip and accuracy are. He was just right on the money there. Right on the money. Right on the money. I haven't seen anything unusual so far yet from a personnel rate. I don't know, Jim. I don't know that. Who does he throw into there? Yeah, three for Cup so far in terms of targets. JSN had the one. That was the incompletion. Oh, my God, man. I don't think you could just tackle the wide receiver on the outside. Seems like not an ideal way to play defense. Oh, you know what? Honestly, on second look, got the tangled feet there. Got a little tangled feet. Definitely helps the passing under. That's for sure. Whenever they're picking up yards through penalty. Thank you, Jimmy Franz. Appreciate that. I'm used to getting called all sorts of names. JJ Gruden told me today that I'm a huge loser who developed some sort of cult following, and we're all losers. This coming from the guy who bet Bills live because he thought the game was scripted. But he called me a loser. I'm the loser. It's not like his dad and uncle coached in the league before. Of all people who should know. My God, man. It's a real education conversation that needs to happen. Wow. Darnold. Looking nice. Okay. I mean, this is a disaster. Disaster for the 49ers. If you got a spot where you can bet pass attempts for Purdy, that would probably be a decent one right now. I would be looking into some really dumb prop. I am going to bet some dumb alts right now on Purdy as well. Purdy 350 plus at plus 880. That's going into the account. All right. Everything going their way for the Seahawks. This was the game I was waiting for the Eagles to have last week, except the Eagles suck. And I didn't realize that. McCaffrey receiving overs is probably a good one too. Great look there. I mean, his receiving yards is 55.5. We're not going to do that. I can't do that. Now we're getting into banana land territory. Yeah, the Birds last week. What an absolute friggin' disaster of a team. That was my fault. My fault. Love this tweet. I am not a Bills fan, and I can confidently say they got screwed by the refs at the end of the game. Confidently. I don't know, man. I don't know. The ref meetings this week, were they going over how they were going to screw the Bills at the end? I don't know. I really don't. Purdy 38 plus attempts, minus 0.5. He is at 4. It's going to be that's a lot of attempts. Am I jealous the Giants got Harbaugh? Hell no. I'm not jealous that they got Harbaugh. Harbaugh's cooked. He's fine. He's like a fine head coach. He's like not a guy I'm scared of. What's Harbaugh going to do? He can't scheme any offense whatsoever anymore.
They could have done a lot worse than Harbaugh.
Oh, of course. I think if you're a Giants fan, you got to be happy about Harbaugh because the alternatives were like they're interviewing Mike McCarthy and,
Mike McCarthy, I may have jumped out.
Yeah. Vance Joseph, no, I don't want those guys. But I'm not scared of Harbaugh. If the team in your division signed Harbaugh, it's not like you're all of a sudden you're like, oh no, what are we going to do?
How much? Now, I'm not one for conspiracies, but how much of the week have Seattle bigged up the Darnold injury to do you think they've bigged it up to kind of, because usually you downplay injuries as much as possible.
Well,
do you think they may have embellished a bit to try and scare off or to lull the Niners into a false sense of their spot in the game?
So I think probabilistically, right? I think the probability that they would do that is really low.
Yeah.
Because they sacrificed first team reps for him in the last practice of the week.
Yeah. That's where it would be.
That's which would be weird,
would
right?
Fall short.
What do you want to get them to prepare for another quarterback? The 49ers are going to spend a bunch of time watching Drew Lock film? I don't know. I doubt it. I think he probably has an oblique injury. It seems to be minor.
Or he's on some whatever they did in the change room pregame worked.
Yeah. Already McCaffrey catches a pass and I have regrets, instant regrets. It's true. We don't know how bad the shoestring sack there. He clearly was getting up, he was bothered a little bit. But nowadays, you take some shots, you get a needle before the game. You got some horse tranks. That's it. Play through anything. Some of the injuries these guys play through are friggin' insane.
Yeah.
Think about trying to run. Amon-Ra St. Brown playing on a high ankle sprain. That's nuts for a receiver.
Or people who have bruised ribs or
crazy.
Whatever. Yeah.
Anything, man. Patrick Surtain on that first tackle on James Cook today is hanging his shoulder. Yeah. I'm this guy's done. He just came right back in the game like it was nothing. You're right. Amon-Ra was low ankle, but it was a short week. He sprained his ankle. He played on a short week.
Shavers had a torn ACL. Didn't realize.
Yeah, it's crazy. McCaffrey might get 100 targets today.
Well, if you took Purdy alt passing yards,
yep,
you got that. So
hey, man.
At least it's not just like, why didn't I bet this? You have something with it.
We moved from plus 880 to plus 750. We just keep ticking a little bit higher.
Yep.
Yeah. But Russell Wilson didn't sleep consistently through the night before to avoid his knee swelling so he could play through an MCL sprain. I mean, Russell Wilson without an MCL sprain is not a good option for the team as well. But, Stafford was in a wheelchair to start the season. That's what I was led to believe. That's what I was told. That's why I bet 49ers futures. I can't even believe they're still alive. I've just dismissed those for like the last 10 weeks of the season. I pretend they don't exist. Oh, man. Yeah, that Stafford one was killer, man. I'm going to see if Stafford could play in the cold tomorrow. We're going to see. I've been told he can. We're going to find out. This is a good call. Drake May wins the Super Bowl before Josh Allen. So there's maybe one bias I have in sports, which is I fucking hate Boston sports. I hate everything Boston sports. I personally hate the Red Sox as much as the Yankees. I don't know if more, but I definitely hate them both. The Bruins bounced the Leafs from the playoffs for so many years. I hate the Bruins. All those years of Brad Marchand, can't stand them. Celtics, another franchise, can't stand. But the Patriots, I endured that fucking run for however long it was. But Bledsoe got concussed. All of a sudden, Brady comes in. And then all of a sudden, we get, 20-year run for the Patriots, 15 to 20 years. And finally, Brady's gone. The franchise starts going to shit. And of course, these fucks end up with Drake May in the draft, who I think is probably like the best quarterback. It's still early, but that's been drafted certainly in the last 5 years. And I like Drake May. And I hate everything Boston. It sucks, man. Those fair weather fans, those Patriots fans who were not even fans before the Brady run, then they stopped attending right after that. They're back now. They're back. Big third down here for the 49ers. I mean, huge third down. Wow. Brock Purdy off script. That was, if you threw that ball like 30 years ago in the NFL, they would cut you and you would never play again in the league. You'd never play again. All right. Second quarter's underway. I don't even need to give this man an introduction. Everyone knows by now. Drew Dinsik, the whale capper. How are things?
Things are well. Can you hear me all right?
Yep. All good. All good.
Oh, this is the greatest. It's great to be on with you, man. I haven't talked to you in forever. I missed you at that bash because I skipped it. Hope all is well up north for you, man.
Yeah, I got half of the deep dive last week with Andy. I love Andy. I love to always bring up the old ziplining picture as well, which he gets really embarrassed about. Yeah.
You want to know a fun story?
Sure, go for it.
Andy's obviously did quite well in Circa Millions, which is why we were in Vegas together last week. And as one's wife will do when you win money sports betting, she booked a vacation to Costa Rica. And first question I asked him, it's like, so you can zip line?
Yeah. My wife tried to get me to go zip lining in Costa Rica. I'll tell you, I'm scared of heights. I'll do zip lining, but the Central American zip lining stuff, Drew, that's where I draw the line, man.
Yeah, man. Did you see the one where the sloth knocked the guy off and he died or whatever?
I can't. I don't have the stomach for that stuff. But like, I climbed up. I saw what was going on there. I'm like, Diana. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna.
This isn't for me.
Yeah, you can call me a pansy for the rest of my life. That's just, I'm not going out this way. This is not the way I'm going out.
I love it, man. You got any action on this one?
Not on side or total. I've added a bunch of Brock Purdy alt passing overs early on in this game, so I'm just kind of rooting for San Fran to throw it. But no, I think of all the games this week, this is the one where I have the least going on.
Okay. I'm sweating Seattle -7 at a terrible price relative to close.
Well, relative to live.
Relative to live, I'm feeling pretty good, but relative to close, I was like, ooh. I mean, obviously the Sam Darnold concern trolling was wildly overstated.
Yeah.
You know who's having a bad postseason? Adam Schefter. Man, dude, he is swinging and missing a lot. And if anyone out there is just betting Shefty Nuggets, RIP in peace.
You know how much of that is being delivered to him through agents and stuff? Like it's a joke now.
99.9%.
Yeah,
somewhere in that ballpark.
It's become an absolute joke. The state of injury reporting in the league, but what are you going to do?
Yeah, I was pretty sure Lane Johnson was going to go.
Yeah,
turned out he wasn't.
Yeah,
going to go. But yeah, no, it's been a weird year. It's been a rough year for him. Hopefully, he's not trying to renegotiate long term with ESPN. But maybe not. Anyway, did you have any skin in the early game?
Again, mostly prop stuff. Did really well in the early game. I had a good early game.
Good job, man.
I had a bunch of Pat Bryant anytime touchdown stuff. So he gets like 3 catches in the first 4 plays of the game. I'm like, this is looking good for me. Good prices. Gets injured, immediately hit little Jordan Humphrey plus 850. Drops the ball in the end zone. I'm freaking out. You know, it was a good game though. Overall, I'm pretty happy about that. So yeah.
Good work, man.
I did kind of. I'm gonna watch the Championship Sunday regardless of who plays every year. I did kind of really want to see
Josh
Drake May Part 3.
Yeah,
that would have been very exciting for me.
I did too. Certainly better than watching Bo Nix get his head caved in. Or
Broncos Texans is nightmare fuel.
Oh God! Oh, don't even speak that into existence.
Yeah.
Is that the late game? No,
it's the early game.
It's going to be the early game.
Yeah.
All right, I can live with that. You ready for Rams Seahawks Part 3? I am a diligent listener to Forward Progress. I usually catch whatever is hot in your book, but I didn't catch this week just because I was busy working. What was hot for you?
The only like real play I have this week is Rams Bears over.
Okay. I like that one.
Which I think obviously extreme cold. I get it. There historically is some, suppression to totals there as Shanahan's kicking the field goal here, which, like
you could predict this.
No, I'm not. This is the knock on Shanahan. I love Shanahan from like a scheming perspective, but you're cutting it to 2 scores. And like, what's the assumption here? That Seattle's not going to score again in this game? You're trailing by 17 in the first quarter. Gotta go.
They do get the ball first and second half.
You do get the ball first in the second half. They do.
I shouldn't be laughing. I have Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I was with you in second quarter of Packers Bears with a Packers ticket, I would have been gloating so hard. Like it would have just been embarrassed. Like you could have clipped it and been like, "Don't let this be." Yeah. Hey, uh, what's the kind of series you do that's like good lessons for a new player?
Easily could use that. 100%. So it's funny you mentioned that, Drew.
Easily.
Like last week for that game, I had Ian McMillan on with me, and he had bet the Packers in the game, and he was victory lapping it hard
Of course,
in the second
course.
quarter. Like he was
Of
course. Counting the money he had on alts. He's I
dude.
got, and yeah, just not. He's on with me in the fourth quarter tonight. I'm gonna have to roast him.
Yeah, like it would have been the exact opposite of the very memorable Forward Progress live stream where the Jaguars were throwing pick number 3, 4, and 5 as I had them on the money line against the Chargers, and I'm literally just f-bombing my way into oblivion, and they somehow won that game. Still don't understand how that happened.
That's the much better outcome. Like when you're going to look like an idiot for getting the outcome wrong, you actually got it right. You just thought in the moment that it was very wrong.
Well, it was. It was very wrong.
I will never forget that, Drew. I seriously will never. That was like our first year of the Hammer. We were still in like this basement studio. Yeah, that was amazing, man. That was so good.
Oh man, woo. That was a wild one, man. Hey, cheers to you. Congratulations on an awesome season. I know you won. Well done.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. It's these aren't. You should never take it for granted.
100%. You know, I lost last week, and I only lost as a whole two weeks this season. One regular season week.
Shit.
Okay.
Damn.
I will never come close to that again. But after Monday Night Football, I was kind of like a little bit. I don't want to say depressed. That's not the right word. But I was pretty down on because I took the Steelers on Monday. Closed well, but got smoked. And
that was a simple handicap on the board, man.
I know. If I could go back, believe me, I would not have clicked that. You know, I got really good prices on the Eagles and Steelers last week, and they lost. Yeah.
Andy and I talked about this. The turning point of the game was surely the deep shot to Kirk. If they don't hit him, it's probably a different outcome.
There was a big drop by DK Metcalf in that game, wide open.
Yeah, there was. But AJ Brown-esque.
Yeah. I had to tell myself through
DK Metcalf let you down.
After I blew up. After about half an hour, I'm like, why am I upset? How am I going to be upset after this season? I could lose every bet the rest of the way, and I'm still going to have the best season I've ever had. So what's the point of being upset? Sure. But I have to remember that for next year as well, because sometimes you go on these runs and you set this expectation for yourself. Like that's the standard now. I know I can, and it shouldn't be. It never. So that's kind of, I got to reel myself in a little bit.
Man, you only had 2 losing weeks all season. Good work by you. I had an even weirder season. I wasn't as successful, obviously, but I lost badly 1, 2, 3 to the point where by week 3 I was screaming so loudly about how poorly I was doing that GRP was like, "I'm going to track you now, and I'm actually going to go back and listen to what you said the last 2 weeks now that I know you lost, and I'm going to put a big old red number in the notebook for you." And I was like, "Oh, okay." Whatever, and then I had like a 4 and 5-ish or 3 and 4-ish weekend, week 4, and I was like, well, it's better than what has been. It's obviously still losing, and then I didn't lose the rest. I had one small, and then ran in like a fucking freight train, and I was like, okay, like this is seeing the board well. I'm gonna fire away. Wild card weekend. I was like, I like what I'm seeing. Like I'm not hearing. Like I was kind of surprised that I wasn't hearing or getting like a lot of tailwind from, sharp community in general. I feel like I dodged some of the sharp stuff that got obliterated in wildcard weekend. And I was like, okay, like divisional weekend, let's go. Looked at the board and I was like, oh God, Like I'm not seeing anything. like what? Like it's like literally somebody takes off the glasses. What the hell?
Is this real news right now that
What?
Bo Nix broke his ankle and is out for the season?
Are you shitting me?
I mean I'm seeing it widely reported right now. I got to check if it's real.
Did they take down the markets on AFC?
Yeah, looks like they're all down right now.
Uh-oh. In what universe? Like what play?
When would Nix have broken his ankle? It's Pelissero, and it's his account, unless he got hacked, which would be like that would be the thing to tweet to get a lot of.
But you wouldn't do it now if you were trying to make money off of that. You would wait until there were more liquid markets and then do that, right?
Yep. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yep. Denver backup is Jarrett Stidham.
Damn it.
I mean, it's being reported everywhere right now. I haven't.
You know how many? This is wild. What was Stidham's MVP price for the Super Bowl? Anyone get it? 2001.
That's probably the one long shot that GRP didn't play for Super Bowl. Played every offensive lineman, but not the backup quarterback.
Dude, we have a long history of backup quarterbacks winning Super Bowls. Nick Foles did it.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning did it.
Yep. I remember the
Jeff Hostetler did it.
Yep. Yeah. The Nick Foles year. I was in Vegas for the first game that they played in that playoffs, which was against the Falcons. I actually watched that with Colin Wilson, who's with the Action Network now. Nobody people thought the Eagles were completely dead in that game. Completely dead.
I'm trying to find the play because I had it saved. I don't see it. Where the hell did he break his fucking ankle?
I don't think Jarrett Stidham is a big downgrade from Bo Nix. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Can we talk about Bo Nix for just a hot second?
Sure.
How the fuck do you rate this guy?
Still poorly.
It's so hard though.
I think when here's what's the best comp I can make?
He's like a super duper discount double check Aaron Rodgers because he doesn't put the ball in harm's way very often. And he doesn't take sacks, but he's like I did not believe in him at all, and he needs to come back in that game against the Bills. Like I feel like if Dante Jackson isn't on the field, I don't know that they're scoring that touchdown that got him the 3-point lead. I don't know. I have a really tough time putting a number on him.
So I think with quarterback evaluation's very hard to do in general because so much of it, in my opinion, is scheme. So for me, when I see a guy who's constantly throwing to open receivers, it just matters how he's faring on those throws. Like Brock Purdy to me is a guy that he's constantly throwing to open receivers. He makes those throws. That's why I consider Purdy a good quarterback, right? I think there's other things in his game overall that make me not think he's great, but Nix misses those ones too often, in my opinion. Right. His range from game to game is, You
think if you put Purdy with Peyton, Broncos are more alive?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Interesting.
That's often how I think about quarterbacks in my head as well when I'm comparing them. Is do I think this guy would be better if you just swap the teams? Yeah,
I talked to your guy Takes by Jay about this week because he was asking.
Sorry, you said he's my guy, but just want to clarify.
The board progress guy, I guess.
Part of the team, but
you're
my
associate.
guy is
you're associate.
Yeah, I don't want the chat to hate me by you calling him my guy. The most hated person in the history.
I didn't hire him. I'm just kidding.
Neither did I. Technically,
I got to hear this.
Inherited.
You guys are just dunking on him because
Jason is the funniest
No,
guy.
he's a good guy.
He's just the funniest. He's the funniest guy.
Yeah, I've enjoyed doing content with him this year. He sets me up well, and I appreciate that. But we were talking on Tuesday, and he was asking me because he was like all incensed that Hitman was like cold on Caleb Williams as far as rating goes, and I was telling him like you can't divorce Caleb from Ben Johnson at this point. Like those two guys now they ride together. Like they ride together and they are a top 10 offense, period. Like don't overlook them. And it kind of doesn't matter what Caleb's raw talent are. I mean, he obviously has a more on talent than a lot of guys who are ahead of him in terms of like their synergy with their offensive play caller. But like, yeah, I'm 2 or 3 years from giving up on trying to divorce or try to disentangle quarterback from play caller. Like you just can't do it. Like forget it. Like it's a lost cause. And yeah, I think Nix and Peyton clearly have enough synergy where you're getting more out of Nix than he ever fucking deserves in terms of credit.
Peyton can scheme good offense, and that's what it comes down to. Listen, there's some attributes Nix has that I like. He can use his legs for one, but like the guy. Watch Broncos games.
Well, he used to be able to use his legs when he didn't have a broken ankle.
That's true. Now he can't. He's going to be in a wheelchair. But this guy can make a sandwich in the pocket every game. Like he has. It's not like he doesn't take sacks. There's never an opportunity for him to take sacks. I mean, the O-line the pass protection's been absurd for them this year. So
yeah, Schefter's on it now too. It's over. It's Bover.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
TXS Supreme. What did Bo ever do to Rob? This guy actually hates him. I don't hate him. Here's the thing. When you call someone overrated in any sport or a team, a player, whatever it is, naturally the fan base is going to come at you when you say it publicly. And because I've had the fan base come at me for the take, it escalates further. So now every time Bo Nix has a bad game or does I exaggerate it a little bit more.
I gotta ask you, do you really have ears to the ground because you care, or is it for content? Because like you're long past like ears to the ground because you care, right?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Yeah. All right, that checks out. Just a funny note, or actually here's on this put you on the spot. I had a really, really great exercise with Andy on Friday. We went through every team. We divided up the pie of Super Bowl MVP between the different different players. And I was pretty high on if the Broncos win, that somebody on the defense would get the award.
Okay.
Like relative to market. Like I was like, damn, like they're kind of not really counting that people are not going to want to, they're not recognizing that like if the Broncos win the Super Bowl because their defense just shines that day. Right. And like Surtain's price was absurdly long. And I was like, no one is going to blink. They're like, he's already been defensive player of the year. Like, well, I'll vote him MVP in a heartbeat. Like, I'm not going to look stupid making this vote. Right. And like, the Stidham inserting Stidham now, I think changes the paradigm a little bit. Right.
Big
like
time.
If Stidham wins the Super Bowl, like people are going to be like, God damn, didn't 100%. See this coming. Right?
I will say, like, all it would take is Stidham to have like an average game, and the fact that he's going to get votes. It doesn't have to be the best statistical. He could go in the Super Bowl, 14 of 26 with a touchdown. But if they win the game, it's the storyline, right? It's like it's not now that he's the MVP. It's that they had no expectation to win the game, and they did. So it changes a lot for sure. I totally agree with that.
Okay, so the Denver defense is good. It's kind of the before this and after. You think the equity pivoted, right?
It did. I think so.
I made some bad bets.
Yeah.
right. Well, I
Well, I
think
mean, who
Patriots are
knows?
going. The Patriots are going right now.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I was shopping Patriots prices before the show for Super Bowl because I like them against the Texans. So I
Same.
mean, that path now, I mean, those prices would look really, really good right now. They look really good.
I have some Rams over Patriots. I did not play anything Seahawks Patriots, so that will be wild. You want another fun story?
Go for it.
So, no idea how I flubbed this, but I mistimed the Super Bowl back in 2014, like which weekend it was.
Okay.
And I had planned a ski trip to Austria. I was like, oh, we're going to St. Anton. We're gonna stay and ski there. You can do Lex, Zurich. Like it's so many different cool places. You can ski from St. Anton. You can drive to Switzerland, ski Davos and Klosters, and you can ski Zugspitze and Garmisch. Like you can get anywhere from St. Anton. And I was like, okay, we're going. We I missed the Super Bowl by a week, and we were there in on the day we got there was Saturday. Obviously, it was like the next day was the Super Bowl. So I'm up in the middle of the night. This is the year that Katy Perry and the Left Shark.
Yeah, I remember that one very clearly. Yep.
Patriots Seahawks. I watched on Suma Time. And there I watched the Suma broadcast, which was this German broadcast where they had the Eat the Football sponsored by these little bread-shaped footballs, and it was quite funny. But the follow-up to the story is that we're going to Italy this year for the Olympics, and I'll be in Italy for the Super Bowl in the middle of the night. And if it's Patriots Seahawks again. Sleeping through it, probably.
I've done one Super Bowl in Europe. I did.
It's terrible. It's so hard.
It's tough.
So
man.
hard.
It's really
so
tough.
Hard. It's the middle of the night.
Yeah, the schedule just messes you up.
It's so hard.
I was in London actually. It was the 49ers Chiefs where Garoppolo missed the deep ball late in that game. It was a great Super Bowl. I was consulting at the time for an offshore gaming group, so I got to see like the trading in real time there.
That's cool as hell.
And it was actually amazing.
Holy shit! Very cool.
Seeing liabilities pile up in real time, like on
an event like that.
Oh, you can't imagine how much is being bet live, like late in the game. It's crazy, just crazy.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I was watching live in California, and I remember well I think the price point I got Mahomes MVP was 5-ish to 1.
Yeah.
Don't entirely remember, but I don't know. And I also don't know why the MVP market was open.
Right.
But Chiefs money line was like plus 350 with Mahomes MVP price was like 5 to 1. And it was like, if the Chiefs win this game, Mahomes is very obviously winning the MVP. This is ridiculous.
Yep.
And, that was bad.
Yeah. 50. Shanahan would rather kick a 56-yarder here than potentially go on 4th down. You know,
I got another story time. They
go for
made it. Oh my god!
Right down the pipe.
Pinheiro 56, good from 65. Holy shit! Oh my goodness!
It's okay. You know, you know what?
Pinheiro a weapon?
18-17 49ers final. 6 field goals from Pinheiro. We'll get it done.
Don't love that outcome.
All the Seahawks bettors in the chat love that field goal. By the way, everyone's on board with that
outcome.
Yeah.
The most recent Niners Super Bowl, not the one you were in London for. And I don't remember if I talked to you about this when we connected from Radio Row. But there are obviously a lot of people in NBC, Chris Sims, who are very, very friendly with Kyle Shanahan, obviously. And I was heavy Niners into that one. And Sims was like, oh, yeah, Steve Spagnuolo was in his head. I was like, what? What are you talking about? What? Like, come on. Like, he's a wizard. Like, he's got the answers. Like, in what world is he really concerned about what the defensive coordinator is going to do? Like, that's insane. And he is like, nope. Like, he's like, I don't have a good feeling about this. Like he's thinking too much about what Steve is going to do. And I wonder specifically if he's thinking about what McDonald is going to do in this game. Like, these decisions to go to kick on, like he had one of the silliest play calls of the Niners season on that 4th and 1.
Yes.
And it failed. And now I feel like he's like, hey, man, anytime we can get points, we just got to get them. Like, I feel like he's a little bit in his head, right? Like, why are you kicking these field goals?
I think like a lot of so the real problem is that this 11-point game, and a lot of coaches think to themselves, well, it's a 2-possession game, right? Or like it's touchdown field goal, but it's not. I mean,
no.
the 2-point matters, right? It's the same reason I think a lot of people talk themselves into at the end of the game when a team is up, they score to go up 7. They're like, they should go for 2 to make themselves go up 9, to make it a 2-possession game. Well, it's not really just a 1-possession game. It's a touchdown and a 2-point conversion away. People forget that a lot of the time. But I mean, the problem with the Shanahan kicking here, you got to have a lot of faith in your defense when you're going to kick field goals like this late in the first half.
You better believe it.
And maybe they have more faith than I do in their defense, or less faith in the Seahawks offense.
I don't know about that, Jim.
I don't know, Jim. I don't know
about that.
You see that pass, Jim? I put it right on the money, right where it needed to be. It's like 4 yards underthrown. And I'm like, what is Romo watching today, man?
Yeah. I am all over it. I'm all over the map on whether he should stick around or get lost. But the other thing about kicking a field goal here is like, like, you could subscribe to whatever thesis you want to about momentum, but like the Seahawks now, like, their prerogative is wipe out the last 4 minutes, kick a field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
Like, if you don't convert that 4th down and they get the ball back, then
they're just taking time.
Yeah, they're just like, they just like, oh, we're just gonna wipe out. We're just gonna try to take the clock. Like now you've taken their 3-score lead and made it a 2-score lead. Like, you've put the onus back on the Seahawks to go get a 3-score lead.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you've given them you fueled their fire. I really think that you're better off.
Here's how I judge a lot of these.
Are actually making a field goal in that world. And especially because Pinheiro made a 56-yarder with this low problem.
Right. I have no, listen, I'm not modeling this in real time, and I don't care enough to model it at the level that it needs to be modeled to say, like, this was absolutely the right decision or it wasn't. I don't give a shit.
Sure. We agree.
I just think about it from the perspective of the opposing team always. So I think about that situation there as if I'm a Seahawks fan, I think I want them to kick a field goal there.
Of course.
So that to me makes it the wrong decision.
If I have Seahawks -7, I want them to kick a field goal right there.
That too. Yeah. But like you say, Seahawks fan, I want to win the game. Yeah. I'm happy they just kicked the field goal. That's what I see it as.
Surely. Good.
Okay, so I've seen that going around that Bo Nix hurt his ankle on the second last play of the game. Now, the second last play of the game was a kneel down. I think that there's maybe some misinformation going out there, and it was the play before where Joey Bosa got a roughing the passer on Nix. That would be my guess.
Okay.
I mean, breaking your ankle on a kneel down would be pretty fucked up. Like, I'm not saying it can't happen, but it must have been on the play where, okay, Peyton said it was on the run before he threw it to mid.
Like where he scrambled? Okay.
Well, wasn't that the Bosa play? It ended up being like a DPI on Trey White or something like that, I thought. I can't remember the end of the game exactly like I should have.
I was mostly just like kind of disappointed that it was. came down to the penalties as opposed to
Yeah.
like a game changing play, which was there to be made. You know, like we were real close to like all time playoff football game.
Yeah, it was. So what? It was the play. It was the play where they ran a quarterback sweep for Knicks, where I thought, I'm like, here we go. Sean Payton about to settle for a long field goal. That was the one.
Yeah.
Left.
He did go down kind of weird on that one. Now I'm remembering it.
I agree.
He went down weird on that one.
Looks like
that was the one like we lost like 2 yards.
Charbonnet's hurt here.
He did not get the defensive holding.
I mean, there's not going to be a real opportunity to bet Kenneth Walker stuff here.
He also is sucking, so I wouldn't.
66.5 is the live market on him. It's just being bet up in real. I'm trying to click to bet it, and it's just being bet up in real time. 69.5 now. And you're right. I mean, it's not even a guarantee, but he's just going to get the ball.
Walker was he was a hot player prop side with a lot of people I talked to.
Yep.
I played a little top rusher, and that feels dead.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I think did you have a strong opinion on the way that the game played out from an officiating standpoint in Denver Buffalo?
Yeah, so I don't think that there was anything egregious. I think that
just kind of unfortunate that was how it was.
Exactly. I think that there was definitely one PI that was, I would say, marginal at the end of the game, where I would be like, it's high leverage. It's close enough where maybe you don't want to throw that flag. But the two big ones were the interception, obviously, where it got taken away from Cooks. I think that first of all, I think whatever got ruled on the field was not going to be overturned in any way there. But I didn't, like, there's this one view from behind. It's very clear that the ball bounces off of Cooks. Like he didn't have possession. He never possessed it. He didn't possess it.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah. Rob, how do you keep ignoring the Riley Moss PI that wasn't called on Cooks? That was a little bit up in the air.
They weren't calling PI for most of the game, I felt like, and then the fact that it was decided on that kind of was like a little bad faced, but even though the calls were correct.
Yeah.
Is that jive? I
think so. I mean, I don't think there was anything egregious. We can debate a bunch of the plays and be like, it should have been this. The big ones were that and the Trey White one at the end of the game, which was very clearly PI. Yeah, it was a shit underthrow, and it's just very clearly PI. So
and now we know why he understood, because the general thought, it gives us the opportunity to continue the narrative of Josh Allen having a monkey on his back. That's fun. Yeah, it gives us the opportunity to not sweat Josh Allen being in the Super Bowl for everyone who has NFC futures of Super Bowl teams, which I appreciate because I am naked exposed with Rams right now. And it gives us some interesting chaos of Patriots Texans potentially getting there against a backup quarterback, which will be fun. I mean, like if you wanted something fun to handicap, correct me if I'm wrong, the Broncos were effectively solved in terms of how to price.
Yep,
they've been solved for a long time. Like this is
there's not much.
There's nothing. There's nothing there. Sit them now makes things interesting, right? Like that makes the handicapping for the NFC Championship game much more interesting, regardless of who's playing.
And if it's New England, it's a revenge game, Drew. Big time revenge game.
Didn't even think of it. Mm-hmm. Did not even think of that.
I want to say 3 years in New England, 3 or 4.
Dude, New England let him walk out the door, and just he could ultimately end their season. They will rue the day.
Yep. They will. They will.
It's not like New England has ever lost to a backup quarterback.
No, of course.
In Denver.
Never happened
with the chance to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Except they did with Peyton Manning in 2018 or whatever that year was.
I am going to lay minus 152 right now on Sam Darnold under half rushing yards.
I'm not stopping you.
I'm clicking it. I'm putting it in right now. It's going in. Thank you. This is credit goes to Jameel in the chat. I like this look. I will pay for it. We got field goal range for the Seahawks already. Likely a 2-possession game. I would be really surprised if they put Darnold in harm's way. I'm looking around in some other spots. I'm actually going to bet some at even better prices as well. But for official tracking, we'll go.
Can you give me a probability on Drew Lock fourth quarter?
You know what? This is basically this game being completely out of hand by then, or an injury to Darnold as the game goes on. 15%.
Feels about right. I was going to say 20, but 15. Yeah. 20 is like optimistic for chaos fun.
Yeah.
But 15 feels right. Okay. I'm there. That makes that even a better bet.
Yeah.
Maybe it's priced in. Maybe it's not.
Maybe that revenge is going to be priced in for Stidham. Maybe it won't be. We don't know. We don't know. We don't know. Wow. I'm just thinking about the end of that Bills game.
It was a good one.
People are still talking about it in the chat, and I think of just like these random plays that I forgot about as well. There was the most debatable DPI was the play where Bosa also got the roughing, though, where again, we could say what we want about roughing.
They gave him a bad spot on that too.
They did.
So it was kind of like they kind of put it where the roughing would have been.
Yeah.
I thought. Anyway.
I'm going to ask you a probability question.
Hit me. I love probability questions.
What's the probability that Sean McDermott is the head coach of the Bills on Monday?
Higher than I want it to be.
They got to get rid of this.
Is that a dodge? Is that a dodge?
I mean, I have so many Bills fans as friends. I'd love to see them get rid of McDermott. Even if Joe Brady goes somewhere else and takes that, rebuild the coaching staff is what I'd love to see there.
In a neutral world where this is just another Bills crash out of the playoffs, it's like 80% that he's gone. But this wasn't losing based on bad coaching, obviously. So it makes it more complicated. You know?
I agree. It won't be chalked. I think the most glaring, I think when Bills fans review that game, they will be very upset that Buffalo tried to score at the end of the first half. They'll be like, they should have went to the half. There was no need. They had no timeouts left. They were down 17-10 and Josh Allen fumbled and it was 20-10 at the half instead of 17-10. That
if Allen connects with Kincaid at the end of the game, we're not having any conversation.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was like McDermott is not a value add. I don't think anyone would say he's a value add.
Agreed.
And that said, I don't know that I have high confidence that you're finding someone on the street who is a value add.
Yeah.
But you might as well try. I don't think that there's like this is a tough one. All right. My opinion of Josh Allen, he is like the ultimate floor raiser. Your team will win 11 games and be in the playoffs.
Agreed.
If he is healthy and he is available.
Yes.
Like don't fucking worry about that. Find someone who will give you some sort of edge in the playoff setting. Like that's what you need to do if you expect to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
And I don't know that you're finding that player or but that said, like I wouldn't have ever in a million years have known that like if the Rams had hired McVay, they were going to get like ultimately probably 3 Super Bowls when it's all said and done out of it. You know, like that's like, I think I would take a chance on a young innovative offensive mind who came from a McVay or a someone like a Ben Johnson, McVay type of person, and just pair that person with Josh Allen and be like, all right, fingers crossed that this takes us from average, like good team to like maybe a much higher ceiling, because the AFC does feel like think about where your head was at. And I'm saying this because this is where my head was at in August, right? It was like AFC's closed. Baltimore, Buffalo, Kansas City. Like if you're not one of those teams, like get lost. Like forget about it. Like you don't really have a chance. Like good luck, And guess what? They're all gone. They're gone. And so someone does have a chance, which is to say that like it's a lot flatter than we realized in the AFC. And if you get like a good young offensive mind, you might catch a little bit of fire and win a Super Bowl, which would like light Buffalo, obviously, for all time. Yeah, that would be cool. I would love to see it. I don't know who the person is though. You see people interviewing this school, schoolhouse, Steelhouse.
Yeah.
I see that and I'm like, what do they know?
I'm with you. Stefanski to the Falcons, confirmed by Schefter just now.
That sounds right.
I like that for Atlanta.
Yeah, I like that for Stefanski.
Oh yeah,
honestly,
that's the best spot.
Yeah,
that's the best landing spot. I don't think Penix is going to be anything personally, but they have the team, Drew. They have the team.
Dude, doesn't Stefanski tell you? This is Cousins, week 1.
Oh, they could go deep with Cousins for a full year.
Is that not what you read?
I do not read that, but it's interesting. I could see them battling in training camp and definitely. I mean,
how Penix is going to be rehabbing.
It's true. Yeah. Man, I'm going to talk myself into some serious Falcons.
Cousins and Stefanski.
Yep.
This is happening.
I like that for Atlanta. I really do. All round. That was the spot. If I was a coach, that's a spot where I would want to be personally. I mean, you have to deal with Arthur Blank for sure, but aside from that,
yeah. I told Andy, job 1, tiers.
Yeah.
Tier 1 was Baltimore. Tier 2 was Atlanta. Tier 3 was New York. Yep. Tier 4 was everything else. And everything else is literally just you're hoping something breaks your way.
Yeah. Listen, Andy says he loves this. I called Harbaugh mid earlier, which I will stand by. I would take Stefanski over Harbaugh. I think Harbaugh's lost a lot of his edge in football. I have like a decision-making model for coaches as well that I like to use. Previously, there was one developed by Eager, who's now with Carolina, and there's like proprietary use of that one. I think Harbaugh used to have such an edge on the league with decision-making. Part of that was, having Justin Tucker and maybe an automatic field goal as well. But yeah, now I'm not there.
Rob, it's
he's
a good
good.
thing
It's
a good thing we only get together every once in a while and do new content, because it would be boring. Because we would just be nodding in agreement.
Yeah.
When everybody was just jizzing on themselves about the potential of hiring John Harbaugh, I was like, why?
So your team can just continuously blow leads over and over?
Yeah. Well, what? For what reason? So you can be relevant? So you can be less of a laughing stock? Okay. All right. Yeah. Good luck. All right. Final question for you as we are winding down here. 30 seconds left. Circles off season?
Yep.
Doing any cool travel?
So post Super Bowl, I'm going to Colombia for a little bit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Myself and the wife, we've wanted to do that for a bit. Hopefully, Senor Trump decides not to go into Venezuela at that time either. I don't need any flights rerouted or whatever. Not a political guy, just saying, let's hold off.
What you're talking about.
Let's hold off on that one. But I'm doing that. I I may do a spring Vegas as well. But we might go.
Oh, if you do go spring Vegas, obviously the weekend to go is March Madness.
Okay.
Thursday, Friday of start of the tournament is very fun.
I've been before. I'll be honest, Drew. I actually like to go on like quieter times. I don't like to compete at the table. You know, I like to go when it's dead. That's
more about who. It's more about who's there. Though.
That's true. That's true.
In my opinion,
I agree. And then I think we're going to go. I think a lot of us are going to go to the scouting combine this year.
Ooh, that's cool.
I think we're going to plan like a little mini trip around that. I haven't seen Eager in a while. I know he'll be there. It'll be a good chance to catch up. And
you got to start planning now.
I know, but there's no media passes available yet. So
really,
yeah. I mean, as of last week, I looked into it and it wasn't. But yeah, But just to be in the city during that time, I think will be pretty fun. So
cool, man.
It's like McCaffrey's cramping or something there.
Yeah, well, he's not a very good player. What do you think of final question? Off season? You get to keep doing interviews?
Yeah, so I've scaled it back significantly.
Yeah.
I have some planned out. I had a really, really big one that unfortunately bailed, which I won't reveal the name. I don't want to put them. They would have been doing me a favor coming on. Let's put it that way. But there'll be some more interviews coming. I don't enjoy doing them as much anymore.
It's so hard.
I'm an obsessive planner with stuff as well. I don't like to just go. It's just my style. I like to be really prepared, and I don't have a lot of time for that. So,
of course,
yeah.
There are two people who are obviously a little bit tangential to gambling Twitter, who are very, very important voices, in my opinion, that I would really, really like to hear interviewed from someone who knows how to ask the right questions.
Right.
Brett Favre, obviously, who used to be under a different pseudonym that you knew. I was kind of surprised. He let Vegas Matty post his picture.
Mm-hmm.
So he might be up for a conversation. Would absolutely love to hear from Brett Favre, 444. And Diggs, most interesting person I met in all of 2024. 2024? 2025. He was the most interesting person I met last year for the first time. Like hands down. Like he wants to talk to somebody. And I feel like the needle has moved far enough.
Right. Oh my God. He had that. Did you see his Hail Mary? I thought that was directly in his hands. I thought that could have been caught. Who dropped that? Tongus.
Tongus. Yeah.
Oh, no. You know what? The defender made a good play.
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
The rookie.
He's had a great year, man. Really good year. Really good year.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, if my opinion matters at all, if you can get either of those guys on, really would love to hear.
Yep, I would. We'll chat, Drew. I'll let you know what I got cooking. But
it's so hard, and I'm not putting you on the spot because I know how hard it is.
Yeah.
But do great. Streaming with you as always. Yeah. Thank you for all that you do for the space, and good luck this rest of the postseason, bro.
Enjoy the half. Let's find the winner at the half, right, Drew?
We will.
All right. Take care, man. Good to see you.
Good deal.
Drew Dinsik, everyone. Whale capper. Great guy. Love that guy. Simon Hunter did not bail on me. There's no chance Simon Hunter would ever do an interview with me. I mean, it's got to be very, very close to zero. We'd have to do like an undercover type of I'd really have to go like full prosthetics and everything, voice change. I did interview Diggs. I think he was saying to have Diggs on again. I've talked to Drew about the Diggs interview before. So I think he was meaning to have him on again, which would be great. NCI 95. Hey, Rob, I think Fez may be taking a stab at you on Twitter. Let's see now. About the Charbonnet overs. Here's the thing, guys. Like, you know how much of Fezzik's content I watch? Zero. Because I could care less about his opinion on this stuff. He watches all the time, decides if he wants to tail a bet, send it out to his clients, pretend it was like him. He sends it out at 20% worse prices. Guy's a loser. What do you want me to do? Again, if we want to stack up ROIs on this stuff, it's pretty easy to do. One guy lost 94 units in a season. He was up 250 units prior from 2020 to 2024. But it's just getting very odd and strange at this time. He watches everything we do. I mean, I don't think that there's any... I'm down with the hate watching stuff. Don't get me wrong. You want to hate watch? That's your prerogative. You want to spend some time, if something really tilts you, you want to see what they're saying, you want to send it off in your group chats, you want to be like, look at this idiot or whatever, that's fine. But he's never once said anything in response where it made me like second guess anything I'm doing. You know? Like, what's the point of that? That the bet lost because he got concussed? Of course, that's a risk we take with every single over we make. You know? Such is life. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? All right. Second half. This is a really tough one because we don't find the 49ers in these types of spots very often. Sam Darnold has 12 passing attempts in this game. For those who played the live over on his passing yards at what was mid 170s, you're laughing right now. That was a really, really good buy. I'm an idiot. I'm not holding that. He's at 134.5 live. Instead, I have some Purdy alts, which are just kind of break even at this point because they didn't have enough plays in that half to come back. Second half line, I don't think I could really do anything with this at this point. If you got anything in the chat that you think is worthwhile, drop it in there. Throw some sirens in, whatever you got to do to grab my attention. But yeah, this second half line, updated game line of roughly 18 right now, which is exactly where the score lies. Probably the best look, and I know FanDuel doesn't have a live interception market, but Purdy's going to have to be throwing into some tight windows right now. Some really tight windows. Ordinarily, Christian McCaffrey would be your guy when trailing. I didn't get an update on what's going on with him before the half there. I don't know if there's injury risk. I would not want to force that necessarily. Yeah, didn't return on those closing plays. We don't know. This is not bad. Revolut me. CMC under 16.5 rushing attempts. He's at 9 right now. 8 in the second half seems unlikely. Seems unlikely. That's not bad. I don't mind looks like that. That's definitely using your head if you got the rush attempts available to you as well. There's just no targets to receivers in this game. No success to receivers for the 49ers. Jake Tunges, 6 targets. McCaffrey, 6 targets. Pearsall, 2. Jawan Jennings, 2. Demarcus Robinson, 1. They have combined 2 receptions for 5 yards. There's just nothing open on the outside. Either that or Purdy's not looking that way. You'd be hard-pressed. You just look at the raw numbers from the first half, and you would think that the game is closer than it actually is. But obviously, the special teams touchdown is some free points. Just look at the success rate stuff really quickly here, if I can get that to load. The success rate stuff tells a way different story. That's why the yards per attempt can be real misleading. Seahawks 59% success rate, 49ers 35. Huge difference there. All right, that makes a lot of sense. The only way I could look here, second half, would just be towards an over. it's kind of you think of I'm not comparing Purdy to Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers or anything like that, but I'm just talking game script wise, right? When you start to get these really good defenses into very obvious passing situations, it creates a lot of chaos. Sometimes chaos in the form of short fields as well. You don't necessarily just need the 49ers to move up and down the field. You get the Seahawks to create short fields themselves. We've seen lots of times this year where that's happened. Atlanta, Seattle comes to mind right away, where Seattle started to build up a lead in the third quarter, then they just teed off on defense. They've done this a lot so far this year. That's the only way that I could possibly look in the game. I would not be betting the under right now. Purdy INT's at plus 100. Jusic, 2+ receptions, plus 182. I mean, I don't know how much Jusic is still going to see the field here in the second half. He's like a player that really plays when they're ahead. We got to put the pressure on Marcus Erickson is really what it comes down to. Marcus Erickson is the 49ers fan. I'm a big believer of people knowing their teams really well. At least like not everyone, not the casual fan, people that I respect their opinion. You know? They show signs of having a football brain. I mean, this is not helping me, Marcus. So we know the 49ers need 7. We need the plays. All right, I'm going to cook up a drive SGP. It's not going to be punt parlay. San Fran, 6th drive, touchdown. No, now I'm just betting with my heart, really. You know what? It's not going to be the first. It's not going to be the first and last time. We got to wait for the San Fran drive 6 to get posted. We can't bet CMC player to catch a pass though, because he's up in the air. Status is up in the air. Oh, I see. Maybe use check in the game more without CMC. It's possible. I mean, San Fran would kick a field goal. It's actually embarrassing, but I do consider them a team that would kick a field goal. Okay, let's see what we want to do here. San Fran 6th drive, touchdown, plus 320. Certainly not a great bet. Touchdown? We want to get real nuts? I mean, I it's so stupid that I would even consider taking the 49ers field goal. The 49ers can't kick a field goal to make it 24-9. I mean, it would I know it can happen. That's the real sad thing. That's the real sad thing. All right, here's what I'm doing. San Fran, offensive touchdown. That makes it 24-13. Seattle, field goal attempt. That in itself pays 13-1. I'm playing that just on its own. Now I'm going to throw in a pass catcher as well, because I want to have some fun. I want bigger rooting interest. I want to lose more money on this game. You know, why not? When in Rome, playing with the house money from the early game. Who do we want to catch a pass on this drive? Who do we want, people? I mean, it's supposed to be Tonjes, right? I'd rather take it from the San Fran side because they're way more likely to be passing. If it's going to be a touchdown drive, we could go multiple catches as well. You know? You know what? Let's do the juice. We're going for a big payout tonight. I've seen too much of the juice in the chat right now. Use check. Kyle does love him. They're guys. 43, 70. 100 wins 4,370. Probably wins nothing. But we're there. If you got a profit boost, you can use it on this one as well. That's a good one. I am going to pull an audible here, Jacob, and you're going to have to kill 30 to 60 seconds while I urinate before the second half starts. It's gotten to the point where, unfortunately, the beers are starting to catch up. Didn't get it out of my system in the early going.
No problem.
There we go. If it hits, I love this. If it hits sponsorship for FanDuel ends at midnight, they would never, by the way. We hit huge on a pizza buffet this year with Jeremy Ruckert. That was a very, very substantial loss for FanDuel. But show goes on, boys. Show goes on.
All right. I'll take over. What's everyone sipping on tonight? Rob's got the beers. That's the rookie mistake because way, way too much liquid for a stream like this that lasts as long as this and started late because of the issues with, or not the issues, but that game going to overtime. You got to go with something classy like the Negroni. Like myself. You don't have to worry about it. Water might be the safe option, but it is Saturday night. It is Saturday night after all. Now I'm not exempt from the H2O myself, but cold beer could never go wrong. Wow, a lot of just water drinkers in the chat. Gin and tonic, that's a good one as well. I don't have the tonic on me, unfortunately, so had to go with the Negroni for this one.
Oh, that's a sweet drink, man.
Yep.
Are there any experts or people who are well versed on piss in the chat? You know, typically when you got a dark piss, it's like you're dehydrated a little bit. You know, if you got a light piss, you've had a lot of water. What about when your piss has like it's almost like it's carbonated, you know?
I don't know.
It's like pouring a Coke into a toilet. What's that all about?
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
Never happened before? There's got to be some piss men in the chat.
No.
We got some waste men for sure.
That's a chat GPT special, I think.
I need to know. High blood sugar. That's not good. I mean, I'm a diabetic. I didn't know that. I did have a lot of protein today. I had big time protein. I ate like probably 5 pounds of wings today. I went to town. You don't think that's a lot of protein?
Oh, no, I'm just saying a lot of people are saying too much protein. It's just,
I mean, that checks. That checks with me. I ate a lot.
I feel like
of
I at some point I would have experienced this if it was indeed too much protein.
I don't think it's poor health. I mean, listen, I'm in pretty good health. I get regular checkups. I mean, sugar's good. Sugar's look at this bad boy. It's a solid 5.7 right there. You know, proof is in the pudding. You can't get it without glare. It's good. For diabetic, 5.7, that's like, you can't get better than that.
Yeah.
If anyone does have a piss chart, just let me know.
Pretty good day to get Ian McMillan on the show with Stefanski going to the Falcons. Looking forward to that fourth quarter. He seems pretty elated on social media about the hire.
You know what? I'd be excited too. We need a 3rd and 9 conversion here. I missed the first few plays. I was talking about my piss too much. Nice spin out by Purdy. I like that. The Caleb special. Hello, what a play, Brock. Let's go. Jennings too. We're back to life with Jennings.
Back to keeping us alive for the drive SUP.
Mm-hmm. Guys, surely other people here. This can't be something that's only happened to me. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's like a bubbly piss a little bit. It's like a cauldron. in
it
the
has
toilet.
never happened to me.
It must have happened.
Not to like a noticeable degree to talk to someone about it.
I was leaking, and I was like, yeah, I don't know. It doesn't happen too often, but I've seen it. What does that mean? And now I kind of know what it means. Man, Seahawks D-line is getting a lot of pressure. Brock, that better get back to the line. Yeah, it did.
A lot of people say it's high protein, which makes it believable
makes sense
for me now.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You said you had a lot of wings. Kind of makes sense.
Yeah, a lot of chicken wings today. The old frothy piss.
Tomorrow,
I never knew.
I'm going for all you can eat wings. So I will confirm tomorrow night if it holds up.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna have a lot of fucking wings tomorrow.
Yeah, that's it. Go to town. Alan
Keep
Lopez
an eye on
says,
my piss.
Rob, I think you have to chop it off. I'm not Mike Vrabel. I don't know if you guys remember back in the day when Mike Vrabel said that I think he said he would cut his dick off to win a Super Bowl. I'm almost certain that was the exact quote.
Would you?
So no. Tungus is hurt. McCaffrey's hurt. Who is this in the mid? James? So not Brian Robinson in the game. Jordan James. I mean, this is obviously very bad for McCaffrey. I don't think you would see Jordan James.
Tungus is hurt too.
Tungus it looked like non-contact for Tungus.
Yeah, that doesn't look good.
It's no good. We already have Luke Farrell pregame. We got Luke Farrell pregame. All right, big fourth down coming up here. Let's
Jeff's ready to go by that.
Let's do that. Let's do that fourth down with Jeff in here for sure.
Jeff,
Feinberg, how are things?
Oh, what up, boys? Big fourth down here. Let's go. Clock moving. Go Hawks. Let's go.
This is really interesting because it's the first time ever your audio is only coming in on one ear of mine.
I thought it was just me, but yeah. Okay.
This is hilarious.
I don't know. Did I do something? Is that okay?
No, I mean,
it's probably fine. Usually, like Rob, like you see me on like a Monday night, you think I'm like blitted. Like I am freaking like spacing right now.
I can see that. Brock Purdy's spacing right now because he just ate a huge sack on fourth down.
Let's go. I was hanging out with some Bills Mafia boys earlier today. It was a tough scene, There was a lot of fun until it wasn't. It was a lot of fun until it wasn't.
It was a lot of fun until it wasn't. Jeff, I'm going to ask you to unplug and just plug back in.
Yeah,
or like twist. You. Yeah. Because we got some sort of mono sound. It's not a recurring bit, guys. I don't know what it is. We'll get it sorted. All right. I see we got some conference championship lines posted right now. Patriots -5.5 at Broncos or Texans -4.5 at Broncos. Guys, there's no fucking way that Jared Stidham is that much worse than Bo Nix. I mean, it's going to be a painful one. I'm going to have to watch a lot of Jared Stidham tape this week. Oh my God, man. Like, I don't even want that to happen. I don't want to bet that outcome and then have to watch the Broncos in the Super Bowl. But that's got to be it. I look at the total in the Houston game. Is that 33.5? I mean, that's an auto click over. Auto. 33.5? That can't be the closing total there. I mean, Stidham against Houston, I get it, is a disaster. But 33.5. 33.5. All right, Fineberg.
Hopefully it's fine.
I can't tell. But you know what? We're just going to go through it anyways.
I don't know. This is so disappointing because Rob, I thought my audio was 2 years ago we did this a lot. This past season, I thought my audio was good. So
people are saying I think it's just coming through one ear, but it sounds better overall. So It is what it is. Jeff, you ever had the frothy piss? You know what I'm talking about?
Like it's really bubbly. Like
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sure. I think we've all like been there.
Right. Jacob apparently has never had a frothy piss in his life before.
I don't even understand. I don't know. Your piss is like a hot tub. Like sometimes it'll froth. Isn't that like no? Like isn't it like
I listen. I know that if I piss very clear.
Wait, hold on. Rob, am I crazy to think that Stidham, like, he's not as good as Bo Nix, but like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, it's
like, what are you telling me it's going to be? I'm arguing with my friends, like, it's going to be negligible. Like, Sean Payton's first 15 plays will be the exact freaking same. The chances of them working, in my opinion, are like borderline the same. Obviously, Bo Nix is a lot of like fourth quarter, like big moment experience. That's an intangible that you can't put a price on, I guess.
I'm with you.
But I don't know. Like Sean Payton's gonna have this guy coach like the F up. So if he's been paying attention this year, they'll be fine. If he's been taking naps this year, they'll be in big trouble. The fine doesn't mean they're gonna like win, but fine just means like they'll be fine. And like, well, I don't think we're talking about like a top 10 QB line move, but maybe I'm wrong.
I mean,
no, I didn't bet that. I bet on the Bills, but I didn't bet that much. Jesus, yeah.
No. That was not Jeff with the 50K. That was another idiot I know that made a mistake. Yeah,
that's not me.
This is
it's
big.
Really, a 7-point move? That's what it is.
I listen. I don't know what was the look ahead in this game, in these games. I mean, let's say Buffalo and New England are priced on par with one another relatively.
That's an expensive fat thumb. Holy shit!
I know.
I love that guy.
The worst I've ever done before was turn a 1,000 into a 10,000, and it won. That was the worst I've ever done.
Mistake before. I think I got lucky, grace of God, but. Yeah.
I would have made a huge mistake before, but I didn't have the account loaded enough to bet the funds.
Rob, I got a Seattle like Super Bowl future, so I'm cheering for the Bears tomorrow, so we can get Jason's LUSC NFC title game.
Yeah,
he might be unbearable next week because he's like guaranteed a Super Bowl player. I'm
going to cut you off there. He's already unbearable. Forget about next week. He's, by the way, I don't know who coined it in the chat, but mistakes by Jay is the best thing ever. I will only refer to him as mistakes by Jay going forward.
It's so cruel.
It's so. Oh, Darnold took a big hit there. Oof. Mistakes by Jay. Guys, listen. I know you're sick of my Bo Nix propaganda, okay? You obviously know I don't like him. Forget about me not liking Bo Nix. This is an insane move from what I would have priced the Broncos with Bo Nix to what Jarrett Stidham can be. Insane.
What are the lines like versus each team at this point? Like the hypotheticals versus Houston versus the Patriots? What is it?
Patriots -5.5 at Denver. Houston -4.5.
Yeah, I'll bet Denver, I think.
Yeah, at that price.
I'll bet Denver. And I don't want to see Denver win.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was so sad being around Bills fans today. But I cheer for a loser franchise, so I'm a good person to have around, Rob?
Yeah.
I support other loser franchises. And 4 goddamn turnovers, lose by
5 if you get the interception.
You're right. 5 turnovers.
You know what? I call me a loser.
And I don't know why were people talking about the Bills like they were a special needs team other than Josh Allen? They had a lot of good players. Listen, they had injury issues. I know a lot of teams that had injury issues. That's a long list. But people are talking about it's like Josh Allen in the Special Olympics.
Yeah.
It's a little embarrassing and disingenuous to like an elite O-line, an elite running back, a high-end secondary, a middle tier like front line. Like I don't know, man. Like Yes, they haven't gotten Josh Allen the help at receiver. That's a fair conversation. But they turned the whole team into something it wasn't.
Yeah. I just want to respond to someone in the chat really quickly. He says, why is Darnold rushing under at plus dollars? It's not. It's under negative half yards. He would still need to lose a yard for you to win that bet. And there's a possibility that they would not have him in for kneels in this game. So be careful. It's not under half. It's under negative half. Negative half. Oh my God, a Drew Lock, Jarrett Stidham Super Bowl. That would be something else.
Rob, can I, because, it's a bit of a blowout. And I guess, because in golf, like, you're not going to win, so I'll just toot my own horn. I came on the show on Friday with Jason. I gave Harry Hall to win. He's like one off right now. And Corey Connors, who's right there. And cool for Canada, Connors and Taylor, I think, are going to be playing together tomorrow in the hunt.
Amazing.
And it'll be good background to that late game. It'll make us feel warm here in Canada and in the Northeast watching golf in Hawaii.
Yep.
And I gave Nick Taylor T10 and T20, and he's going to be like T5 in a second. So a lot of sweats for me tomorrow.
Yep. You just got to hit a few more of those to start the year, Jeff, and then we'll be branding you a golf expert in no time.
Oh, no.
Hammer's senior super golf betting expert extraordinaire.
Because that'd be like this one was made like a hot dog. You wouldn't want to know how this one was made. Like I made these picks like after a Chargers loss. Like I really didn't look at shit. It was opening week. Like this is one of those courses they play every year. So I'm not like an expert, but like I don't need to like dig into someone's model to tell me like what sort of player is going to win at Waialae. If that makes
Jeff,
sense.
On Circles Off, I do educational videos. I want you to do an educational video on how you come up with your golf picks as well. Love to see that.
Well, sometimes, listen, and sometimes I don't sell anything, but like I'll take in like a ton of content, Rob, and then I'll just be like Fezzik. I'll pick a lot of ingredients from a lot of places, but it's not like I'm charging for anything. And it's not like I'm going like off the map. If I'm taking some like off the map pick, like sure, but like I need to give someone like credit for telling me like to pick Xander Schauffele or something.
Yep. We need.
But yeah, no, it's just a hot dog. And like this week was straight like hot dog factory. Like that felt right. That looked right. That's a course fit. Kept it light too. That's the thing. Didn't overbet at all. Accounts were like running low after that Chargers game.
This comment by Patrick Burns brings up really good memories for me, which is not that one. We need Cam to be the Hammer golf expert.
Cam's the best.
He's referring to Cam Stewart. I will tell you, I'm convinced, Jeff, that when we used to work with Cam, I think he would end up with like 75% of the field.
That's the thing. You like look at Cam, and, like you go by Cam's computer. I want to take a peek at the leaderboard. I think I'm looking at the leaderboard. It's literally just like a 40-starred player, Cam's favorites. But
he cannot deal with. He would be like Pizzola. Who do you like?
I would never think someone would have that many favorites. And like, sure, maybe there's like 20 matchups in there, but it's still like, no, it's good times. It's good times. It's still a lot. Damn, Rob, I appreciate that the Chargers are like taking a very wide net to their coaching search. Harbaugh put out like a nugget saying that he's looking for a head coach of offense.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is just to let like your Dayballs, God willing, your McDaniels know that I know he takes a lot of heat, but like you saw in Michigan, like what, it took him a while to learn to adapt, but he adapt. Everyone's only getting one earbud of me.
Yep.
And this guy says it's total silence.
It's not total silence. Definitely for sure. I've checked YouTube. It's not total silence. If you're getting total silence from anyone, you got to leave and come back. But definitely it's been one earbud the entire time, which we haven't been able to sort
through the right. This is really annoying. I've had good audio this football season. This is the last one, Rob. To finish like this, total letdown.
I'm with you, man. I'm with you.
Seahawks just killing clock. It's not like I want a fast quarter. Normally I do, but Oh, they kicked a field goal. Is it 5-minute field goal?
Yep.
Love a good 5-minute. In the lead by that, good 5-minute field goal, you know?
Oh, this is over, Jeff. This is Brock Purdy INT right here. And they have no passing game. Like it's good. It's just it's a disaster now at this point.
Listen, it's a tough. The Eagles. I don't know. The game went out of snowballs, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, one ear. I lost an earbud on my family trip at Christmas, Rob. So I was left with one. It was kind of fine.
Yeah.
Until there was this young family, like sort of near me, and they had this kid playing the guy at watching his iPad with audio. What sort of mutants could allow that? Like that should be, I'm telling you, that should be like a crime. A crime.
I'm with you. I'm going to live bet something else here and lose some more money on this game. I'm going to bet Jackson Smith and Jigba under 30.5 receiving yards at minus 120.
Sports, Rob? Do we hate Florida sports? I mean, like the Panthers and the Lightning have beaten the Leafs a lot.
No, I don't know. Whatever. I hate Boston
I
sports.
feel like we're sort of indifferent. Like I know a lot of Dolphin fans. Hate's a strong word.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a thing? I don't know, Rob.
No, I hate Boston sports. I hate Boston sports. I Florida, whatever. I mean, it's a lot of fair weather fans, but I don't have like a hate for them in any way. Even though G-Stack George has a fish bias, big time fish bias.
Not like the band, not like the Crunchy Tunes. You're talking about the football team.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm trying to think of how this is. I don't want to play Kenneth Walker overs on rushing yards.
Sam Darnold like unders now. Like maybe they'll bench him. Maybe they'll.
Oh, agreed. Like
I've been pretty skis Boddington. What were his first passes? They looked pretty normal or no?
Yeah.
He obviously got shot up today.
100%. Without a doubt.
And they'll be we got 2 West Coast games, Rob. How late? Normally it's 3-6. I mean, you know, next week's your big day. I agree. Next week's the last day of football season. I'll just say this, friends. I don't care. I will die on the hill. Next week is the season finale of football. Super Bowl's fun. If your team's in it, then that's like incredible. If you got a great future, I hope I do with Seattle, that's incredible. But not in a million years would you tell me, like, I'm going to football today and I'm watching with, like, my friends' wives and all the kids. My kids, their kids, everyone's kids for a party. That's not football season. That's like the cherry on top of the ice cream sundae that was football season, but that ain't no fucking football season. That ain't. It ain't. It's fucking over. It's over. It's over. Next week. Fact. And Rob does it right. He parties next week. I'm sure he'll party again for the Super Bowl. I like it.
The Super Bowl, we play cards like throughout the Super Bowl. So it's a big thing, but it's not like it's a part, I guess. But yeah, we have like a poker game that's running before and after.
It's like a party, but it's not football. Football season's over. You know, like when my mom's interested in like something about halftime, or like commercials, and it doesn't mean you can't make money. And not like knocking people that like kill it and crush prop markets, whatever. That's amazing. Always opportunity. I'm talking about football season.
Yep,
it's not that.
Well, football season's over. Apparently, your microphone being in stereo is over as well.
My microphone's in stereo?
No, you're in mono right now.
Maybe it's just something I did.
Oh, man.
I don't know.
There we go. What's that?
I fixed it?
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed.
Now I hear myself, though.
Sorry.
But you got it.
They're still, I guess it was 3rd and 5. Yeah, they'll pass there. I guess 24 points is still 3 scores. So we got to score maybe a touchdown here.
This is going to nuke like another 3 minutes off the clock.
How hurt was Charbonnet?
I think concussed.
Oh, that was a concussion, you think?
I thought so. Didn't he get smashed directly in the head?
I don't know. It looks like his body was getting twisted out. He was
Yeah.
walking into the tunnel, so I don't know.
My bad if it wasn't a concussion. I just assumed. I couldn't hear the volume. If anyone knows in the chat, drop it in the chat.
I'm everything. It's Saturday night. I'm everything. Everything. What was I gonna say?
Guys, if the Seahawks do score here, it's time to hit a lot of the key players under.
If the Seahawks score here, every under.
Denver also lost Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant today at wide receiver. Their center, Alex Forsyth, got hurt. So it's multiple injuries on offense. The receiving core might be Cortland Sutton, Marvin Mims, and Lil Jordan Humphrey.
Who do you got?
I'm just saying for Denver next week.
Oh, sorry, who do you got tomorrow? I watched the pizza buffet.
Yeah, tomorrow I got Rams Bears over. Which honestly isn't even a full size play for me relative to like is the biggest play.
Charles Cross is taken out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Aussie Open. I don't know. You didn't get something from Drew? I'm the wrong guy for that. Drew probably had something.
Jeff's Aussie Open play. We'll get it from the better that accidentally smashed 50K on the Bills.
No, he'll win it back. That's the thing about that guy. He'll win it back.
You know what? It's just a good account priming, man.
I don't know.
Well, that account was already pretty massively in the.
Yeah, I don't know how all that works. That's the thing. You got to be careful when you've got like an actual great VIP account, Rob, and you're just trying to jam something quickly. Like my account, not that I would even try to make that bet or the bet he was trying to make that ended up being that bet. But I couldn't even get in that much. So if I did fat thumb, it would just be rejected. When you're an ultra VIP, you can't F around with your slippery, soggy thumb.
When you got an account loaded with serious money, you really got to double check the amounts. Like it's different when you got the accounts funded with like whatever, $5K and you're firing a couple hundred.
And they'll let you bet like $17 anyway. So.
Yeah, because like, listen, let's say you got an account funded for $5K. You wanted to bet $100 on something. You accidentally bet 1,000. That would suck. Like for most people who wanted to bet 100, but it's not the end of the world. And if the number gets too high, at least you're not going to lose that much. But this is just the easiest touchdown for the Seahawks. Easiest. Guys, I don't want to bet I actually think Darnold over on -half rush yards is going to be good in this game. He's going to end this game with 0 rush yards. I don't see any reason they would have him kneeling out the ball in this type of games. If you guys want him, we can middle this. We can middle 0. But I'm not betting Darnold under -half. You would have to take a kneel. Have to take a kneel. Oh, he wants over. Yep. So we're middling. 34-6. Like, okay, I got good timing on JSN there. Who else is still left up? There's not much. This is getting pulled.
Everything's going to get pulled.
Yeah. Even Kenneth Walker, like, is Kenneth Walker still rush? Knowing Charbonnet's hurt?
It's 28 points.
Like it's going to be Velus Jones,
17
right?
17 minutes.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to bet in real time here as well with you guys. I follow my own advice. I try to... I
don't even... Yeah, who's the other guy? Who's behind Walker?
Velus Jones.
Yeah, it could be Mac Jones versus Drew Lock at some point tonight, too.
Yep. That's why. Okay, so Marcus Erickson, if you're still around, I know you're probably really depressed right now watching your 49ers, get basically raw dog in this game. But if you're still around, would the 49ers pull Brock Purdy in this type of game? Because that matters a lot right now as well. You just don't see scenarios like this. Like, what's our best guess on, because Purdy he's lined at 219 and a half passing yards. He's at 133.
I didn't think Romo was terrible today, but people thought he was as bad as ever.
Jeff, he called every shit throw like a
perfect
catchable ball. Like,
I was in a crowded room, so like the announcer was sort of just background noise. Okay. What did he do? He called every catchable ball.
There were so many bad throws in that game where he talked about it being a perfect throw.
Oh, Ian Mack is on, right? He just got a new coach. He's coming on after me.
I know. He's got to be pretty stoked.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. I agree. I would like that if I was him.
That's almost as good as they can ask for, unless they were going to, try to hit a grand slam with that like Schuenhouse, or maybe get real sort of fancy and like give McDaniel the job.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think that's for Atlanta, good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Agreed.
They won enough games at the end where what's their draft pick? It's not like they handed the Rams X, and James Pierce might be worth like 17th overall, Rob.
Oh yeah.
Like that's like, it's not like 8th overall anymore. And Pierce might actually be as good or better than any player they'd get at whatever that pick is. 18, 17, 19.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
No, don't worry. Yeah, everyone's trying to jam their bags. Get their orders in. Don't most books would still have it?
Yeah, there's not much. There's not much out there right now.
So what time? Back to my initial question. If we've got 2 West Coast games next week, are they going to start at 3:00?
I don't know.
They probably will.
I think so, because it's just so traditional for them to do
college
that. Right?
Plays at noon. The pros can play at noon. Yeah,
100%. I mean, what's worst case? They go 4:00 and 8:30. Is that McCaffrey back in the game? What is happening here, man? I mean, I do have McCaffrey overs on rushing tonight, which Hitman told me were really good. I should have just marked them as a loss immediately at that point. But no, I'm not blaming him. It was my own. Yeah, you know what? It would be a 1 p.m. start in Denver, Jeff.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Denver will
Mountain.
go early. Yeah,
Mountain.
You're right.
So it's going to be like that then.
Yeah, you're right. That makes perfect sense. My bad.
And definitely if it's Rams, Seahawks, that's going to be the late game. I mean, it's going to be the late game regardless.
Oh, you're probably right.
Right?
3-6. Great day. The last day of football season. Not too bad.
This is my buddy just messaged me right now. I got to tell you this. I love getting messages like this. Bet New England tomorrow money line. Lock. They want Stidham versus Patriots story.
What's the story there? He
That
played for the Patriots?
He played for the Patriots for 3 years, and they just let him go. League wants a story.
I guess. Houston doesn't. I'm not like agreeing with anything your friend is saying. Houston versus Denver feels very like dry. For sure.
Jawan Jennings, man.
All right.
Damn. That would have been nice for me right there.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah. I really have a friend that texts that, unfortunately. I hear it every single week.
Piece of shit, Davis Riley.
As he continues to, unfortunately, just go down that path of handicapping the NFL that way.
I left my drink outside, so I had to
That's tough, man.
I had
You
to
have to-
grab something from like the basement fridge, which is really just like fruity summer drinks still.
Yeah. What do you got? You got a Fresca or something like that?
No, high noon. I like it.
Oh,
It's
you got a high
fine.
noon. I'm a huge high noon guy. Big fan of high noon. But yeah, high noon in the winter is a little
Yeah, it's not something I would like,
it's a little dicey. It's a little dicey.
I like it still. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's
It's all the same now. I'm pretty wasted.
Mm.
San Francisco not to score TD plus 100. That is, oh, Shanahan gonna like just run out the clock? Maybe.
well. At some point, the
Seattle. Here's the
Seahawks-
problem with that. Seattle might just be like run, punt a lot too. So there's gonna be a couple extra tries at that.
I mean, Purdy's running for his life on it. You got to throw the ball, Brock. Oh man, this is destruction.
All right, so we got 6 teams left in this sucker. Bears. What was your over number on for tomorrow?
48.
Yeah, you don't care about the weather.
Oh, I mean, I do. I'd say it's just factored in. I already factored that in.
Yeah, of course. Seems like both teams will get loose regardless. I'm not
Yeah.
really a totals better, so I was just asking. Patriots, Texans. Alrighty then. No, I got some nice futures. I got Seattle win the Super Bowl. I got Houston to win the AFC. Hopefully they'll both hit.
Yeah.
If nothing else, hopefully Seattle gets to the Super Bowl. So, you know me, Rob. Like I'm no, I love a big like tentpole event. So I'll just like have a lot on a side in the Super Bowl, like regardless. Like that's just it's the last football game.
Yep.
So if I have a nice future, it's just like I don't have to like bet the game. It's good. That's good. Ricky under 7.5. Don't hate that one.
Yeah, I spent the last 10 minutes on with Jeff here, just kind of looking to see which starters are available to bet unders on, and tried to do what I could. So
This will be it for Darnold.
Yeah, I mean, if Darnold rushes for a yard somehow in this game, I'm in piss. I'm in like the fucking the carbonated piss that I took earlier, like buried deep in those piss bubbles. Because I don't know why they would keep him in the game at this point. 28 points with that defense. That's rough.
No. He might have like 3 more snaps in this game. He's not running.
He's not. I mean, what would he be running for, man? Like what? It just wouldn't make any sense. Wouldn't make any sense to me.
Is McDermott going to get fired, Rob?
Talked about that with Dinsik.
What did he say?
He seemed to think no. I also tend, if I had to make like, let's say probabilistically,
Pagula's like the first coach he's hired, right?
yeah,
Like McDermott's the only coach Pagula's had, so we got no track record there.
exact. I'm gonna say that there's a 40% chance McDermott gets fired.
The problem is, yeah, I guess. I mean, Stefanski, Harbaugh, and who else are gone
Yeah, Minter's the guy now, man.
for Buffalo.
No, not for Buffalo. Brian Daboll in Buffalo.
So yeah, Minter's apparently like in there deep in with the Raiders. Rob, they're meeting with McDaniel tomorrow. I'm sure he'll tell them exactly how he'll wizard up Mendoza. That'll be tempting. I think in the end, when they're drafting first overall quarterback, Brady in the end, like they like Minter. They know Minter from Michigan, Spytex Michigan, Brady, Michigan. Like, I just think in the end, like they'll go offense.
Yep.
And that Baltimore is like the obvious place where I'll have to sweat out Minter. I mean, at this point, I'm not even sweating it. I'm like fully convinced he's getting a job. But if like 3 or 4 more go, but Baltimore is the big sweat. If Baltimore goes somewhere not Minter, then I might think like, holy shit, maybe I could pull this off.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's a lane. Because I could be wrong. I don't think Minter's like gonna go to an Arizona.
I agree. Although, you know what?
You never know, but I just don't think like he's just, I don't know.
But Minter's not in like,
he's not like
in,
Ben Johnson
exactly.
where he's gonna like pick anywhere he wants, but
yes,
the guy took the guy will have like hit an interview in 9 of 9 jobs, 9 interviews.
We don't know. We don't know how he interviews.
No, I'm saying that is like a guy who like word of mouth. There's a lot of just the word of mouth about him is incredible. There's a lot of great coaches that like do well in cycles. 9 of 9?
Yeah.
He might not get a job. And then we'll wonder maybe why. But maybe he's going to be picky. I'm just saying, like, this guy, 9 of 9 is like an incredible freaking number.
If it were me, I don't know. These coordinators or whatever, we're just guessing. I'm not interviewing them. I have no idea. I would just say that a lot of the quote unquote retread guys, I don't want those. I think like if you failed in a stint, I'm not saying you can't turn that around, but it's kind of unlikely. History's showed us that in the NFL. It's not a lot of guys that go through multiple stints that all of a sudden have like this rejuvenation of their career and they're just good coaches all of a sudden. I would just interview a lot of offensive coordinators around the league and go with the vibes.
Marcus Freeman is not leaving Notre Dame for Buffalo. There might have been some places I'd argue he could leave for.
Yep. Well, Jeff, I'm going to let
McDaniel in Buffalo.
No, McDaniel in Buffalo? Dude, McDaniel can't handle the cold. Look at that guy.
Yeah, I guess.
There's no fucking chance.
I do think the Chargers OC is attractive because A, you have a lot of good players, but B, you'll get like the credit.
Yeah.
Like if the Chargers actually won a couple playoff games, that OC would get the credit for making Herbert like a winner.
Yeah.
And if the Chargers lost, Herbert would take 98% of the blame. So you're almost shielded. It's actually a great job. Great job.
I don't disagree with you.
Phillip Rivers to the Bills. I'm out on that. That's the goddamn shit.
Well,
all right, Rob. God bless you with the rushing stat. My fat thumb couldn't work hard enough, to get that.
If Darnold rushes for a yard, I'm in piss. That's all.
He's not rushing. He's got 3 more snaps.
I agree. That's why I was ripping the unders. But it is what it is.
A field goal makes it 31, and there'll be like 14 minutes left. Like, no, he's not passing. Later, Rob. I'll see you on Monday.
Sounds good. See you on Monday, Jeff.
Good times, everyone. Hope everyone had a good day.
Yep. That is a man who knows how to get sauced on a Saturday night. I'll tell you right there. I think the next guy might know how to get sauced on a Saturday night too. May have seen him sauced on a Saturday night back several years ago. Hello, Mr. McMillan. I see you're very happy there, as you should be. Oh, we got you muted. That might be on our end. No, so I think there you go.
There we go. That was on my end. We're back, baby.
Falcons
are back. I know it's remote, they find a way to pull me back in.
I gotta say, I've been following your Twitter activity this week.
Yep.
For some godforsaken reason, you keep posting these pictures of your feet and the damage that these boots have done, your fresh boots, which is honestly, I can't look at those pictures again. I can't. Do not. Please do not. I will vomit live on air if that's what's going to happen here. But after a week like that, where your fucking feet are. That is so bad, man. I got to cover your half of the screen. How I've never had a pair of shoes that's done that much damage before.
Yeah, I got a nice pair of leather boots. But like leather boots, sometimes they take some time to break in.
Yeah, but like it looks like you were walking on like nails, basically.
No, I was just shoveling for a couple hours. I went for a walk to pick up some bagels, and they were hurting. I knew I was going to have blisters. And then when I got back and took off the boots and took my socks off, I was shocked. I've had my fair share of battles with blisters. So this is a new level.
I would say that's fucking very unusual, man.
Yeah,
very unusual. Yeah, that's tough. I've had like small blisters on the back of my legs before, as the Seahawks are going in for another touchdown here.
Perfect.
No penalty. Kenneth Walker in the end zone.
Yeah, a lot of people have gotten after me for my. No, it's not. It doesn't have to do with the size of the boots. The size of the boots is right. Poor sock choice, I think, was probably the biggest mistake. Also, when they started hurting, I should have just went in and changed or just taken a break. But they're a nice pair of leather boots. But the thing with leather, anything, you have to break them in, and when you break them in, you can't like do it 3 hours at a time.
Sky Durso in the chat knows exactly. I bet Kyron Williams for tomorrow 2+ and 3+ touchdowns, and all I could think about in my head right now is why did I not do the same thing for Kenneth Walker tonight? I mean, we have the hindsight. We got to see the game now, and we know what happened. There's a little bit of hindsight bias, but yeah. But you know what? I got to tell you, Ian, going from that to getting a real coach, in my opinion, it's got to feel good.
Yeah, I'll say one thing though. Before I get too excited, I got to find out who the offensive coordinator is. We need a real OC.
Oh man, you know what Mike McDaniel could do in that offense?
Oh, bring him back, bring him home.
Stefanski could scheme up some good offense though, just on his own.
He has taken a lot of really bad rosters to the playoffs, which has been the opposite for the Falcons the past couple of years, where coaches have taken good rosters not to the playoffs.
Right.
Kyle Pitts is a free agent.
Is he?
Am I wrong about that?
I don't know. I don't keep up with this stuff. I'm not at the point yet where I'd be looking into off season.
Yeah, he's a free agent. Yep.
No wonder he had a fucking great end of the year. I know if I was a free agent, I'd do my best to have a good end of the year. Doesn't always work out that way. Did you get a haircut since the last time I talked to you? Was it last week?
So. Yep.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm excited about Stefanski, Kevin Stefanski. We need an OC. Is a shining light in the past couple of days, Rob, because have you talked Bobish at all yet on this stream? Kyle Tucker.
Listen, normally I wouldn't do that because
it's a blowout at this point.
But exactly. So let's do it. It's fucking sickening is what has transpired in the last couple days makes me sick to my stomach. I did You Better You Bet with Costos, and he, for those that don't know, myself and Ian are big time Blue Jays fans. Costos asked me if the World Series next year was Yankees Dodgers, who do you root for?
Oh God. Hey. Has to be Dodgers, though.
That's what I told him. That's what I told him.
I would hate it.
He's like, I would have thought for sure you'd say the Yankees. I'm like, no. Are you kidding me? I've hated the Dodgers for like really 1 year. I've hated the Yankees my whole life.
I think of all the teams I'd want to see win a championship, Yankees would probably be second last team I'd want to see. I think Canadians would be number one, and then probably Yankees.
Yeah, Montreal Canadiens are up there.
Senators might be number 3.
Yeah, there's so many teams I couldn't handle winning.
Patriots might be 4, so
I know.
Strap in for
I love Drake May so much, and he had to end up in New England, man.
I know. Did you like him heading into the draft? You were a Drake May guy?
You know what? Yes, but I don't want to say that there was like a lot of conviction behind that. I don't think I'm a good evaluator of college talent coming to the NFL.
Ever since I claimed Josh Rosen was going to be the best quarterback of that draft, I've said I'm out.
I'm trying to definitely worst takes I've had for draft was thinking the Chargers made a mistake with Herbert versus Tua. That one, I don't even know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think to really have a good take on draft prospects, you got to be a college football sicko, and I don't think either of us are college football sickos. So
I find it so unusual that Christian McCaffrey is still in this game.
Come back for the ages.
But they're just handing off to him. Like, the game's over. It's 41-6. They're just handing off to him over and over.
I had Brock Purdy over 22.5 completions, which was looking very good at halftime. He's had, I think, 2 completions in the second half.
I have a lot of in-game stuff here that I don't even know. Like, I'm just gonna have to wait till after the game, see how everything grades. That was a bad one. McCaffrey got hurt on the last run again. Like, why is this guy in the game, man? Guy's broken. I was very convinced that Johnny Manziel would be shit.
Yeah.
So that one I felt good about. That was a win for me. I haven't really had any other extreme. You know what? I intentionally don't give out extreme takes anymore. I'm not like a clickbait artist, you know? I don't know. I don't know about a lot of these guys. I don't know. But I do have problem hating Drake May. I do like Drake May a lot. He's a guy I root for.
My next life, I'd love to come back as a Boston sports fan. What a life as a Boston sports fan.
Makes me sick.
What a life, man. Another break goes their way with the Bo Nix injury. Obviously, they have to get past Houston, but what a life.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, listen, the Raptors won a championship, so
that's the one Toronto team I don't care about.
It's not that I don't care. I care. I like the Raptors, but it's not at the level of Leafs or Jays for me.
Right. But also for you are a Toronto guy. So like Raptors means, at least, even if you're not a big Raptors guy, means something. I'm not a Toronto guy.
Yeah.
I'm an East Coast guy. So like the Raptors it's not even like a local team.
Mm-hmm. Are you like a Halifaxian? Where are you actually originally from?
No, I'm from the Valley.
The Annapolis Valley?
Annapolis Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I've been in the Annapolis Valley before. I got a nice picture overseeing the entire. It's beautiful when you climb up the fucking big.
I got married right there this summer. Yeah, it's a beautiful spot.
It's really, really nice.
Yeah,
Annapolis Valley.
No sports teams though. So
no,
it's a big Kentville Wildcats fan.
What are the biggest concerts that come through there?
In the Valley?
Yeah,
no one.
Okay.
Halifax.
You don't even get like a Weird Al Yankovic or anything like that.
No,
way too big.
Alexis on Fire had a concert there before they blew up.
Okay.
And now it's like a thing, like you'll still talk to people, be like, oh, I was at that Alexis on Fire concert that happened in like 2006.
I was in St. John's for a New Year's Eve once, and Arcade Fire played.
There you go.
I'm not a big
the Killers went to Halifax this past summer, and that was like the biggest concert that's ever happened in Halifax.
Well, Brock Purdy got stripped.
Perfect. So that's another loss, and I lost 49ers, but they robbed this $100 a day.
Yep.
It's not going well.
It's like you might have to get a job at McDonald's on the side. Is basically
I literally was
to sustain
my wife about that. I was like, when we move to Burlington here, I might have to get a job at Wendy's. Might have to go back to Wendy's.
You're moving to Burlington?
Oh yeah, I bought a house in Burlington. Yeah.
Oh, very nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
You got that you got that bridge there in Burlington.
Yeah. So, if you ever go by the Burlington Wendy's, you might see me. I'm gonna make some money for this because not good.
Burlington's got some waterfalls too.
Waterfalls. I'm not aware of any waterfalls in Burlington.
Some waterfalls in Burlington.
I'll have to check that out.
I believe Hamilton actually has
the
hammer. It's true, the hammer. Hamilton,
known as.
I don't want to misquote the. There's something to do with Hamilton waterfalls. That's like they have a lot of waterfalls in Hamilton.
Okay,
over 100 waterfalls. It's crazy.
News to me.
There you go, man.
might have to become a big Ticats fan.
At the what's the Tim Hortons field?
Tim Hortons Field, isn't it?
Tim Hortons Field. Wow. You know, I kind of wish that I could love the CFL like Western Canadians do.
I know. I had a moment with CFL, but it's tough.
I never had the moment with CFL. Just never. I tried. It's not my game, man.
To be honest, I think if I didn't work in sports media, I think I would actually be a CFL fan, because being in sports media, you have to pay attention to all the big sports, and you just don't have time to pay attention to CFL because nobody actually, like, I'm not writing articles about CFL. But like, if I didn't have to watch most sports, I think I'd have time to get into CFL.
Yeah.
But like, I can't spend time watching CFL because I'm not doing any CFL content because nobody cares.
Yeah. I hear you. It's tough. Looks like, according to some Twitter reports here, Drew Lock will be entering the game. Drew Lock.
So there you go. You hit your Sam Darnold bet.
You know, you never say never. Drew Lock could pull a hamstring, handing a ball off. Darnold has to come in. That would suck.
Messi might be coming to Tim Hortons Field in March. What's that about?
I don't know what that's about. We're going to need more information on that, Drunken Goon.
MLS isn't going on, is it?
I don't know. Maybe we'll send Mistakes by Jay to interview Messi.
I saw Messi play against Canada at Copa America semifinal.
Yep. Yep. Fuck, we almost had that one, man.
We were more competitive than I thought we'd be.
I agree.
I'll say this about Canada soccer. We need better cheers. I was at the game and the Argentinian fans had like full on like songs and chants, and then we just go, "Let's go Canada."
You know, there's something about cheering in like American or Canadian English that just doesn't hit home.
Doesn't work.
It sounds
all
so
the
lame.
Argentinians at the stadium were like doing whole songs, and they all knew the words. And yeah,
you know,
let's go Canada. Just doesn't hit. Just doesn't hit the same.
Mm-hmm. There were some, you know what? When Toronto FC would draw a full crowd at BMO, there were some good ones. I always enjoyed the Danny Dichio song. What number did Danny Dichio wear? Does Jacob know? Maybe in the back, like number 10 or something? And every time the 10th minute would hit, there was like a Danny Dichio song that everyone used to sing.
Where's number 9? But they did it in the 23rd minute because that was the minute he scored TFC's first goal in their history.
There you go. 24th.
They stopped doing it 2 seasons ago and then brought it back this season, strangely, which I'm all for. Our 21st minute, Drunken Goon says. I believe him more than me.
I would love to be
24.
The guy standing that's not even facing the game, that's facing away to the crowd, getting everyone fired up and switching the songs in real time. That's the role I want. I could get the crowd fired up, Ian. Give me some Fireball. I'll get that crowd fired up real quick.
Shout out Team Canada World Cup this year. Shout out Jacob Schaffelberg.
Schaffelberg.
The pride of the Annapolis Valley.
Really?
A lot of people say second best athlete to ever come out of Annapolis Valley.
I saw you post like some high school football clips the other day.
Yeah. Best athlete to ever come out of Annapolis Valley. Number 2, Jacob Schaffelberg for Team Canada.
I thought this was I didn't really, no offense. Sometimes things, you know, you're a smaller guy. You're a shorter guy. I don't know what your height is. 5'9". Not that that's short.
It's average.
It's average. I'm 6 feet tall, so I look down on you.
Right.
You know, so I'm like, I wouldn't have thought it. I wouldn't have. But it looks like, you know.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. Some good stuff in there, man.
Yeah. When Christian McCaffrey was growing up, they used to say, "Hey, Christian, like you remind us of a young Ian McMillan."
I believe that.
Yeah.
I was surprised, man. I was surprised. Listen, first of all, just to have clips of yourself playing athletics on the internet, you know, that's something.
Yeah.
That's something. I went bowling last night. I bowled 4 rounds. I couldn't fucking feel my back this morning.
You want
I
to
took so much Robaxacet when I woke up today. I was flying when I was doing the pizza buffet this morning.
Maritime Messi, people in the chat know. Jacob Schaffberg, Maritime Messi.
Yeah.
I am the worst bowler on planet Earth. No exaggeration.
You got like an average score?
I struggle to break 50.
Yeah, there's worse than that. I've seen worse.
You've seen, I think
Struggling
last time I bowled a 46.
I mean,
you've seen worse than that from an adult male?
I saw worse than that last night for sure. Yeah.
Worse than a 46?
I think there was a couple of games that friends threw that were worse than that. Yeah. I have buddies who are like they're too macho for their own good. You know what I'm saying?
They just throw as hard as they can.
Yeah, I'm
the opposite. I try to put on too much spin.
You know, it's like a guy I golf with all the time. He could be 20 strokes better than he is, but he tries every impossible shot. You know, he thinks he's at a skill level that he's not at.
They pulled Brock Purdy too.
Yeah, Purdy's done for.
So that's another tough day of betting for me.
Oh man, Mac Jones laying the shoulder down at down 35.
Do we know that Troy Franklin played a snap?
Troy Franklin, he must have played a snap. He got injured in the game.
Yeah.
Might have been on the first play of the game he got hurt. It's possible. He played in the game.
I'm counting it as a loss. If he didn't play a snap, would I count that as I think I could then count that as a push, no?
If he didn't play a snap, it's a void everywhere.
Okay.
It's push. You should not but he did play a snap.
He did. So that's tough.
Pat Bryant overs got there. He played 4 snaps and got a concussion, and his overs got there. Yeah, he played 8 snaps according to Alan Lopez.
8 snaps for Troy Franklin or Pat Bryant?
No, that's Troy Franklin. I don't know if that's
Troy
true or not.
Played 8 snaps.
I just take the stuff that the chat throws out, and I just assume it's a fact.
That means probably true.
Yeah, listen, why would someone want to lie to me?
So that's a loss. 49ers loss.
Yeah,
use check. Is he still playing? Can we get a use check garbage time touchdown?
I only know him as Kyle Jusic.
Jusic.
As Mistakes by Jay would say. Jusic.
Gutter ball specialist. Yeah.
Yeah.
So do the Blue Jays still have a chance? Are we done?
What? Come on, man. Think positive. Think positive.
Oh, I thought you were going the other direction.
Be positive until it's not. Until we might.
It's hard to be positive at this point.
We're trying to spend. We'll end up with Cody Bellinger or something. We'll be okay.
Okay.
They need the secret sauce of back in the day when I was in my early 20s. Is to get a flex pack every year.
Yeah.
First row behind the away team bullpen. And I'd leave those games not being able to speak anymore because I would fucking give it to those players.
You want to run it back, me and you? Is that the secret sauce? All right. Done.
Some guys were so fun to chirp, man. Jonathan Papelbon, he used to give it back to the crowd.
I mean, the way the bullpen's set up now, you can almost touch those guys.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing. Papelbon used to give me the finger, just like, he'd look at me, he'd hold his glove up and give me the finger behind his glove every time. He has some sort of OCD. These little things you pick up when you're watching the games there. He would sort all the water bottles and the Gatorade bottles in the bullpen by height, from smallest to biggest. And other players would come over and they wouldn't know what their bottle was anymore. They were very confused all the time. I think nobody wanted to talk to Papelbon or upset him, though, at the time.
You're that kind of guy, eh? You're a chirper?
I was. I'm not proud of some of the stuff. It took me a long time to realize that actually Vlad Guerrero Sr. probably couldn't understand what the fuck I was saying to him. He was the only guy that always ignored, like, certain players, everyone would acknowledge you in some way or another. Any break in baseball, the way that the Blue Jays outfield used to be with like the cage, right? You know what I'm getting at, where you could see through into the bullpen. Guerrero would come over, he'd be talking to guys in the bullpen, he'd be laying no reaction. Every other right fielder, you'd get a reaction. Trot Nixon with the Red Sox, he used to react big time. He hated getting chirped. He hated when we used to tell him his hat was dirty.
Ooh.
He had, remember Trot Nixon's batting helmet? He had like pine tar all over it, stuff like that. I don't know what it was, but he didn't like that. A losing better and I was definitely a loser. Part of the reason I was doing the chirping, guys, is because I was losing so many bets at the time. I had to chirp.
I'm not a chirper.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Enough pops in me. I could chirp, but
this is where I was getting. I was not sober at these games.
How old were you?
It was like early 20s.
Yeah. What are you gonna
I
do?
lived downtown. I lived in a condo 2 blocks from the Rogers Center.
Yeah.
I could get fucked up, walk myself back.
Well, that's what I loved about this season for me. Is I currently live a 20-minute walk away, so this is the best Jays season ever for me.
Mm-hmm.
Won't have that in Burlington. Well, I could take the GO train, but
I did catch a home run ball once before.
My dream.
And I gave it to a kid in my section. I was a hero.
Every time I'm sitting at a Jays game where I might catch a ball, I scout out what kid I'm going to give the ball to.
Caught it with my bare hands, and it fucking hurt. It fucking hurt, man. It was like a rope line. It got over the wall like that. I'm trying to remember who it was on the Orioles. It was an Orioles player.
I was at a Mets game behind home plate in the third section up, but first row.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Pete Alonso, I think. And it's one of those foul tips off the top part of the bat. So it came high up and it had that top spin on it. And I went to go catch it and I caught it right on the wrist. Huge bruise.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't catch it, actually. It bounced off my wrist. It had some top spin. Yeah.
Especially as the spin all that well. I can't believe I caught it, man. I'm not like, I can't believe I did. But it hit me directly in like one of the palms.
Yeah.
Boom. Like, gave it to a kid in the section. This was 2026 and I had the prominence that I do now as a minor Canadian celebrity. This shit would have been all over Twitter and stuff like that. Could have really hammed that up for years. Hell, if this was right when I started at the Score, if I knew the news editors better, I would have been in the highlight pack at night. But it wasn't. Timing just wasn't good. But that kid was happy, man.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. I was going to throw it back on the field.
The top spin to the person in the chat doesn't have it hurt because it hit the wrist and not the palm of my hand. The top spin is I misjudged it. I had some top spin. And it was coming in hot. It wasn't like I wasn't catching it. It was
Yeah, it's coming. Yeah, you're just like, I got it. It's more like a protective type of situation. John Smith, who spells your name incorrectly, asks, did you frequent the Canuck when you lived in NYC?
I went to the Canuck twice. Funny story about the Canuck. I was at the Canuck once with a few guys from work, and we started talking to a guy at the bar, and I was sitting next to him. And we were talking with the Leafs, and the Leafs played the Rangers the next day. So I just started talking with the Leafs, and I was like, well, like, what are you doing in town? And he said, oh, I'm here to work. I'm working the Leafs game tomorrow, the Leafs Rangers games tomorrow. I was like, oh, who do you work for? He said, oh, Sportsnet. I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, nice. And we just kept talking. And a little bit later, I was like, so what do you do for Sportsnet anyways? He's like, oh, I call the games. It was Chris Cuthbert that I was sitting next to. And I had no idea it was Chris Cuthbert the entire time.
His son's kind of blew up in the Toronto scene. Justin, I used to work with him at the Score. He's a good guy. But yeah, I see a lot of people who are trying to get bad takes by Jay going in the chat because he's takes by Jay, but that's fine. It would be a good name, but we already have mistakes by Jay, which flows so much better. Yeah, because it's the play on words. Man, this fourth quarter shot by like that, man.
That's what happens when it's a blowout.
I feel like it was like 4 minutes ago. I was seeing your feet.
Yeah. You want to see him again?
I don't. I actually watched. Do you watch The Pit at all?
No interest. Okay. No, thank you.
Okay.
I don't like shows or movies that just are just anxiety the whole time, and that show is just going to make me anxious the whole time.
But you watch the NFL and you bet on the league,
right? Which is why my shows I don't want that. I have enough of that.
$100 a day. minus 1,095 at the end of the year. So don't worry. You're just in a bad rut right now.
Oh, man, I'm going to finish way worse than that.
No. You're good.
You think I'll bounce back a little bit?
I'll start feeding you the good stuff, man.
Oh, please, Rob. That's all I want.
If it gets to the point where you need to save face, we'll give you some picks here and there.
Yeah, I mean, but at the end of the day, from a content perspective, I wanted one of two things: either to start really hot or start really cold, and I've start really cold. So
yeah,
I would have rather to start with a hot streak, but it is what it is.
It was Cam that did a good Cuthbert impression. There was a lot of commentators around that time where it was the same voice that you could do. There used to be this guy that was Peter Labardius for Sportsnet. He used to do like all the hits from the Spangler Cup and World Juniors, and he had like a really high voice as well. But it's the same as Cuthbert.
I mean, Cuthbert has the greatest call though in Canadian sports history.
Which one?
Sidney Crosby, the golden goal.
Oh. Yeah. Happened so fast.
I was talking to my coworkers earlier that day about that call. And then like later that day, I'm talking to him for an hour and didn't even know it was him.
There was a very infamous, I'm on to Labardius now and off of Cuthbert. There was this very World Juniors. He was doing like a hit where he said, I don't know about you, but these little boys make me feel funny. Peter Labardius, Sportsnet, Prague. And that circulated for a while.
Oh, no.
Just a tough one.
That's tough.
Maybe not little boys, but it was definitely boys. I don't know about you, but these boys make me feel funny.
Yeah.
Peter Labardius, Sportsnet, Prague. Yeah. All right. Well, that went by quick. At least you got your coach. And you got a cigar to smoke as well, obviously.
Actually, going back to the coach, the last thing I want to finish off with a trivia question for you, Rob.
Sure.
Who is the last head coach fired by the Cleveland Browns who was fired the same year that he turned 44 years old?
Sorry. Last head coach fired
head coach of the Cleveland Browns who was fired the year that he turned 44 years old.
Is Stefanski 44?
He's turning 44 this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Stefanski looks like he's way older than 44.
Turns 44 this year. He's 43 currently, but he turns 44 this year. So
wow.
Who was the last head coach by the Cleveland Browns who was fired when he was turning the year he was turning 44?
Oh, I don't know that. I mean, I wish I could give you a good guess, but my memory can't.
Come on. Why would I be bringing this up?
It's got to be Belichick then.
Bill Belichick.
Okay.
Let's go.
That's the only
Now we
reason.
go. Now we go.
I like what you did there, Ian. I like what you did.
Now
man.
we go.
Hello, Super Bowl winner, Dynasty.
Here we go. Here we go.
Follow Ian on Twitter, guys, at Ian Mac Bets, and that's Ian IAIN.
Yep.
Scottish
Gaelic.
roots, right? Gaelic?
Yep, Scottish.
There you go.
Shout out.
You look like
Kimi Irishu Hamigoma.
Okay.
Some Gaelic in the show.
I just assume that means I play bagpipes not very well. All right. Thank you very much, Ian.
Thanks, Rob. Take care.
Sorry, Jacob, you're actually here and you're actually handling the camera for me today. I'm not used to this level of production quality from past watch-alongs.
I'm retired. I think it's my only one.
Yes.
My one of the year.
I'm used to having to click in and out. You know, Jason in the past, mistakes by Jay, maybe didn't pick up on the cues all that well. 3,400 watched across all platforms today in real time. Thank you very much for that, because this game was a shit fest, and that's a pretty good number for us across all platforms. So appreciate all that. If you're still with me here to the end, please smash that like button on the way out the door. Of course, we're back tomorrow night on Forward Progress. G-Stack, George, a lot of the crew is in for tomorrow night. Mistakes by Jay. Hitman is going to join. Jeff is back again. Rams Bears should be a good game. I'll be rooting for points. If you don't see me on Monday, it's because there weren't enough points in Rams or Bears. But appreciate everyone who tuned in tonight. Of course, as always check out our show sponsor. I can't do this. I don't know what. Right there. Check out our show sponsor, FanDuel. Good book. I highly recommend. All right. I'm going to stay out. It's an early ending tonight. 11:18. Got lots of time. Thank you, everyone. This has been another Forward Progress live watch along presented by FanDuel. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy the night.